Hello, and welcome back. This is another live episode here on TikTok. Another live episode by Truth Seekers Radio is the host of this show, which is also me, Dr. Kenny Williamson. So, just getting started today. Going to talk about Bible teaches flat Earth. If you are a Bible believing Christian and if you want to have a question, you want to have a small conversation, that's fine. You need to be 21 years and older to come up. You need to be preferably a Bible believer. No cursing, no cussing, none of that stuff. If you can come up here and not throw a fit, not cuss somebody out, want to have an honest talk about flat Earth, biblically related, and you're a Bible believing Christian, come on up. Hey, I see I've got Aloha from Florida in there. Do you want to come up and say anything, Aloha? Aloha is a fellow flat earther and probably a biblical flat earther would be my guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not right now, but thanks. No problem. No problem. I literally just turned this thing on just now. So maybe when you do get time, you can come up sometime. I've had a couple of pretty good lives here recently. What I'm trying to do is, this is going to be a one-on-one type deal. If you have some questions, you want to ask it biblically. You know, if you come up and say something all about the science and you want to talk about Einstein, you know, I don't have all the answers about Einstein or Michelson and Morley. I can tell you all about it if you want to know, but this is more towards people who have got a biblical question, you know, because biblical cosmology is the only observable objective reality. I'd have to agree with that. Okay. So if you have questions like, oh, you know, where does it say in the Bible anything about it flat? Well, we've got, and this is a book, this is my book, but in this book, I've got all that stuff listed out. So I'm going to reference this because it has all the verses handy if somebody wants to know. You know, I get this all the time. I got a guy the other day, and I get this all the time. They're like, well, if Earth is flat, how come you can't see China from where you're standing? And then, of course, it's like, well, the answer to that is you can't see forever. It doesn't matter where you're at. You can't see forever. So you can't see China. So the one guy says, well, you can see forever. So no, you can't, you can't see forever either. Even if it was a globe, you still can't see forever. You can't see forever. It doesn't matter where you're at. So that's really not that good of an argument, you know? And of course, we always get the same comments over and over and over. Like we have here in the chat right now. Somebody says, the Bible does not say anything about flat Earth. The Bible also doesn't say anything about a globe Earth or a spinning water ball in outer space. In fact, the Bible doesn't say anything about outer space because it doesn't exist according to the Bible. It's water. Water above water, separated by a firmament. I mean, that's what the Bible says. So no, the Bible doesn't say it's flat, but it does say that the moon is moving, that the sun is moving, and that the earth is not moving. So where does that leave you? Right? So that's kind of what the thing is. Let's see here. The Bible's not here to give you physics lessons. No, it's not, but it's never wrong. So unfortunately, can't get over that one. Let's see. No, not the case. Maybe because the Bible's a book of stories told by men who wanted power. No, that's what a devil would say to try to get you away from being saved. You know, try to mislead you down a path that you don't need to be going down. Let's see. Do you know the firmament wasn't in the Bible? It was put in during the 1600s. Well, I'm reading the King James Bible, and it's in there on the first page. So there you go. They didn't even hardly they didn't have a full working Bible before 1611. Before 1611, if you got caught trying to put the Bible into the English language, you were punished greatly for it and unalived. Okay, so it wasn't until 1611 when the King James got it finally finished. He had his guys translate it. Yeah. Okay. The word was rakia, which means expanse. That's another thing a lot of people do. Let me explain something to you. I went to a seminary, and I've ran into lots of atheists and non-Bible believers. And one of the first things a devil does is if they want to change the Bible, what it says or what it means, they immediately try to go back to another language. That's what they do. Unfortunately for them, the Bible's already been translated into English by people who knew more than these people will ever know. We're talking lots of people worked on this thing, not one, not Grok. Okay. So for somebody to come out and say, well, it means this. Well, it later goes on and describes what it looks like in Job. It's a hard molten looking glass. Okay. But but they'll try to say anything to prove that it doesn't. And of course, most of them are liars. Let's see here. Here's another one saying the Bible lies. So another devil. You are being a false prophet. Now I'm not profiting. I'm not a prophet. Prophets prophesy. I'm not prophesying anything. I'm reading the Bible to you. It's in black and white, by the way. Let a person like this see, they're not. Here's what a typical devil does. If the Bible says the moon is moving, then the devil says, oh no, the moon's not moving, you're moving. The Bible says the sun is moving. Oh no, the sun's not moving. God misunderstood. God doesn't know anything. When he wrote that down, he misunderstood. He doesn't know anything. See, it took NASA to tell God that God was wrong, because NASA knows it all. And God doesn't know anything, even though he's the one that created it. So what I have noticed is that majority of devils, anything that the Bible says, they immediately say it means the opposite, no matter what it says. So, but that's exactly what Satan did in the beginning. Satan, God tells, Eve not to eat of the fruit. And here comes the devil and says, yeah, you can. So she does it, and here we are today, right? So that's what happens whenever you go against what the Bible says. And what I've noticed is majority of non-Bible believers, or you get one of these atheists in here, they claim that they're a Bible believer, but then they go against what the Bible says in every aspect. Because, hey, they like Cartoon Network. They like Star Trek. Hey, I like Star Trek. Star Trek was filmed in a Hollywood basement, okay? If you don't understand that, you need help. Okay? Star Wars, it was great. Loved Darth Vader. Okay? Loved Chewbacca. Luke Skywalker, the Millennium Falcon. It's great. It's fake. They're actors, in case you haven't figured that out yet. They're actors that perpetuate fake space. And we have a whole bunch of those right now going on, NASA included. Not another space agency, or not a space agency, okay? So, biblically, though, the Bible teaches flat Earth. There's no way around it. Now, you don't believe the Bible, I can't help you. That's going to be between you and God on that one. I'm not going to be able to intervene on your behalf, okay? But I tell you one thing you won't be able to say is you will not be able to stand before your Creator and say you never knew. You won't be able to do that. You won't be able to stand before your Creator and say, nobody ever told me. I had no idea. You'd be lying. Of course, that ain't going to fly. We both know it because you've been told. You know it. You've been told. And even if you're a Bible believer and you don't believe this right here, you know, that there's biblical cosmology and it might be flat, just wake up. Okay, you need to wake up. If you're a Christian and you're a Bible believer and you have a hard time grasping anything about flat Earth, what you need to do is realize that this whole Big Bang, you know, the whole heliocentric thing with the planets spinning around in outer space and everything, that supposedly came from the Big Bang. Okay, that's not biblical. So keep in mind, everything that they teach you goes 100% against the Bible. 100%. They teach you they teach you evolution, they teach you Big Bang, and they teach you outer space. And they have come up now. I mean, the science has proven that there's no motion. They can't prove motion. They've tried. Now, what they'll say is they'll say, oh, well, astronauts are proving it by going up and they're filming it. That's fake. Okay? An actual scientist, not an actor, you know, like Michelson and Morley experiment, which, you know, you can find out all about, you can read it yourself. They tried to prove motion and couldn't do it. They came back with a null result. They just couldn't prove it. So they've tried. And then what happened is then you have Einstein come along and he gets in on it and he sees that obviously they can't prove it either. And he goes to say, he goes, well, you can't prove it, but it's still happening. So in other words, we can't prove it, but I'm going to make a statement that it's happening even though I can't prove it to you. But that's not science, you see? And so then he goes on the Michelson-Morley experiment to try to say how they got the null result, literally tries to claim that the machine itself was bending in space and time. I mean, we're literally talking about people here who look at, this is a cart, you know, right now it'd be a car, but they literally look at a car and say, driving down the road, and they say, the car's not moving, the road's moving. That's literally what they're trying to teach you. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, anyway, so yeah, in the chat, of course, when this is recorded and posted some other place, you won't be able to see, of course, all the people in the chat that are saying the most ridiculous things that you could ever imagine in the world. But whatever I will do though is I'm going to bring a couple of people up. I'm going to bring them up one at a time. I've got people waiting. Now, you need to be over 21, preferably a Bible believer. But, you know, don't come up here and start cussing and hooping and hollering if you disagree with something. You got it? Okay. So let's see here. Let's bring up the first person here. See what we got. Hello, is this Peter?
Hey. Yeah, thanks for having me up. I'm over 18.
Good. Are you a Bible believer?
I'm not, but I'm not here to cause trouble or anything.
That's all right. Do you believe in flat Earth?
No, I don't. I'm actually curious on your stance.
That's okay. Well, do you have any questions?
I do. So I'm a big fan of micro macro. Have you heard of that?
Micro macro, no.
So within, so without, so above, so below.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've heard of so above, so below. Yeah. Yep.
They all like work together. So I guess I would ask for flat Earth would be like if cells are if Earth is flat, like then cells, are they flat? Are other planets flat? Is the universe flat? You know what I mean? Like if this is flat, other things have to be flat too.
Right. Well, what I think, here's the thing. Here's what the Bible teaches, what I believe, is according to the Bible, okay, everything else you see is merely just a light. According to the Bible, you have wandering stars, you have stars, and then you have the great light and the lesser light. The great light being the sun, the moon being the lesser light. It never says that they're planets. It never says that they're out in outer space. It says that they're in the firmament, and it says that they were placed there for times, seasons, and for you to be able to basically navigate. And that's why they never change, by the way. Making a statement like that, let's say God made a statement and said, I'm placing these out here so you can navigate a ship by it. And you can tell when the seasons are coming by what I'm placing here. And then he blows it up in a big bang, and this stuff is spinning all around at 66,000 miles an hour this way, and the Earth is spinning at 1,000, and the whole sun is moving through the galaxy at 500 million miles an hour. I mean, these numbers are absolutely ludicrous. But if you really had all that stuff moving, you wouldn't be able to look up into the night sky year after year and see the exact same thing, and literally can navigate a ship by it. That's why they got the old saying, as constant as the northern star. It never changes. It's always there. It's been there since the beginning when man literally started writing stuff down. That was recorded. So I don't believe that they're planets. I don't know if they're orbs or discs, or I don't know what they are, but they're in the firmament. That's what I think. That makes sense?
I'm following.
Okay.
Definitely not to just convert like that, but
No,
I'm following
I'm
you.
not asking you to.
Yeah. I appreciate you not being a paranoid person like some other people who are flat earthers. They get a bad rap, probably. You seem mostly normal.
Well,
mostly
I'm a normal guy.
like respectful.
I mean, it's one of those things that, I have a lot of people in my family and friends, and none of them believe in flat Earth. That doesn't mean I can't believe in it. I believe the Bible's true. I have people that don't believe the Bible's true. I have friends that are like, oh, they're pretty good people, but they don't believe the Bible's true. That doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with them. I'm not going to sit here and try to browbeat them. If there was a point when I didn't believe it, I've got a commercial pilot's license. I never believed it the whole time. I never believed the Earth was flat. I just assumed it was a globe. That's what I was taught, so I assumed it was true. Then later on, when somebody presented the actual numbers to me and stuff like that, then I started researching it. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm having a hard time believing what I was taught. So here I am. I'm a flat earther now.
What was that moment that you realized that this was something that was absolutely true?
Well, I remember it. I was just like, at first I was taken back. I mean, somebody told me about it and they were asking me questions, and I said, look, I don't believe in that. They're like, well, why not? And I said, well, I've got a pilot's license, and they're like, okay, so I'm like, well, but I didn't have any proof still. I'm like, well, I just this and that. And they're like, well, that's just stuff you heard. You've never actually seen it with your own two eyes. I'm like, well, that's true. And then I went to a Flat Earth Dave's website, and he has like a beginner's section. And he says, basically, if you watch 5 of those videos that people have put out, and you don't have questions after those 5 videos, like what's really going on, then, you might have some cognitive dissonance. Okay. I mean, if you believe everything the government says, no matter what they say on TV, then you will never believe flat Earth. If you question some of the stuff that's been put forward to you over the years, and you don't really always believe the person telling you, maybe you should look a little further. That's all I'm saying. Right?
The second camp, where I definitely don't trust everything the government or the world, whatever, on news. I don't do any of that stuff.
Okay, well, you're on the right track then. Then you have more discernment than a lot of people. Because I know a lot of people, they turn on CNN, and literally whatever they say to do is what they do. And some lives have been really, really ruined from that. You know what I mean? When you have a doctor in a white coat stand on TV, or so-called doctor, and tells you need things that you don't really need. But if you don't do it, then you're an idiot, because I'm science, so you have to believe the science. That's all they say is, and they get people hoodwinked into this. Well, I have to believe him because he's talking about science, and science is real. And so you do it, and then you get sick. Okay. And then Couple, 3, 4, 5 years later, that same doctor's diary comes available. And they're reading the diary in Congress, and come to find out 99% of everything he said he made up. It's all fake. But you followed it because he said he was science, and then come to find out he made it up because there is no science to back any of it up. Along with this other stuff, you go, well, I'm science, so you have to believe it. It's like, really? How do I know you're not just collecting a paycheck for it? You know what I mean? But that's what my way of thinking.
I totally hear that. I guess what is the argument where it challenges your beliefs that the round, it might be round, right? And so if there's any hesitation, what are something that haven't been ironed out but maybe are like pushed to the side?
Well, really nothing for me. The reason is as I have to admit, I don't know everything. And I don't think anybody knows half the stuff. So I don't know it, and I can't prove it. But it's like anything else. I mean, it's like the Bible. I can't prove everything that happened in there, and I don't understand a lot of it. But that's what the whole purpose of having faith is. So I have faith that the Bible is real and that this stuff really happened. But it's the same as like you, if you believe everything the government tells you about space and satellites, you just have faith in them that they're telling you the truth because you can't prove it either. So it's like, well, I know what they told me, so do I want to believe them? If you believe them, then you just got blind faith. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You can either believe the state religion or you can believe the Bible religion type deal. But either way, it's faith because there's no proof. Like if you said, oh, I believe in evolution. Well, show me the proof. Show me something changing right now. They can't do it. So you would just literally believe it by faith. You'd say, well, I just believe it because that's what I was told.
I mean, there's some things out there, not to be argumentative, there are things that do adapt in our lifetime. Like after Chernobyl, there was the frogs that went from whatever adapted to some other wildlife, adapted to radiation.
Right. Yeah, I know you got a lot of background noise, but I agree. There's a difference between like micro and macro evolution. For example, birds, dogs, cats, whatever, probably people, they can over time adapt to their surroundings. I'm not saying that can't happen, but you never have a bird turn into a dog. Okay. You can have a bird over so many thousand years pecking on something, maybe has a bigger beak. Okay. Or the beak's stronger than it was 1,000 years ago. I can see that, but the bird doesn't physically change into a dog. All of a sudden it's like, well, we had a whole island full of birds and now we've got an island full of dogs, so I'm already getting violation warnings for information because I said evolution wasn't real. Imagine that.
Last question, then I'll drop off and give space. I guess this is my last one, just for more clarity, not even argumentative. What does flat exactly mean, though? Can we just is it like there's like rocks? It's not a piece of paper. It's something else.
No.
Like, what is that?
It's just
like,
not.
Just so I understand your stance better, or is it like truly flat?
Globe. I mean, it's relatively flat. It still has mountains, hills, everything you'd see. It's just not on a ball. It's just more flattened out. I mean, not like a piece of paper flat. Just not a globe. That's it.
So not two-dimensional, three-dimensional, flat, three-dimensional?
I don't know. Is it two-dimensional? I don't know. Just a big...
I mean, two-dimensional is a piece of paper, right? And then if you hold it sideways, it's almost like one-dimensional, but there's some width, height, length.
Right.
Three-dimensional. I mean, two-dimensional is a piece of paper, right? And then if you hold it sideways, it's almost like one-dimensional, but there's some width, height, length.
Right.
Three-dimensional is got the right.
Like that, a flat topographical plane. So, I mean, it's still got mountains and hills and valleys and oceans and yada, yada, yada. It's not like a piece of paper per se, but, that's it. That's what I believe.
How thick do you think it is? Because I know they drill and stuff like that. And there's oceans at that height, the Mount Everest, and then the Mariana Trenches. So, there's a depth to it. How flat you think, or how wide, or you know what I mean?
I don't know, but if I had to guess, I mean, keep in mind, if you believe the Bible, it says God gathered up dry land and he called it earth. And if you look at ancient cosmology pictures like ancient Israelites and Babylonians and Egyptians, all them, they had it drawn with a dome and they had real thick underneath and it showed like underneath like caverns and stuff, and then it came up to the earth like what you walk on, and it looks in their pictures they drew it like really deep. So you could have like, yeah, the Marianas Trench, but you're never going to be able to drill through it. You know, like I think the Russians tried it several years ago and they got like 6 miles down and couldn't go any further, something like that, 6 or 8 miles. And so that's like the deepest borehole ever been done in history. And they got down like 6 or 8 miles and couldn't go any further. And so to me, it's funny that they draw this picture of a globe and they show you all these layers down to a molten core, but they've only drilled about 8 miles down. So they really have no idea what's underneath there. They have no clue. They can't get to it. They can't see it. They can't drill there. It's all just, my opinion, guessing. For example, I don't even know how a scientist would come up with a molten core, but when you start digging down into the earth, depending on where, it gets colder. You know, it has like a relative temperature, but they claim that the earth in the middle is a molten core that's just I don't know. I don't believe any of it. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't prove it either, whether I believe it or not. It's like
Right.
there's some of this stuff we're talking about. I was like, I don't actually physically know, right?
Yeah. But anyway, hey, thanks for coming up. But I appreciate it. I sure appreciate it. I'm going to drop you down and pull somebody else up here real quick. Oh, he got dropped down. And I saw Tron in there. And if Tron wants to come up, or Nick there, if Nick wants to come up, just let me know and come on up. Oh, there's Tron right there. Let me get Tron up real quick. I'll bring somebody else up. Oh, there's Tron right there. Let me get Tron up real quick. Hey there, Tron. Did you make it?
I'm here.
There you are. I see your picture. How are you?
Pretty good. Let me ask you on your restriction. What kind of restriction is it?
Well, I don't know. It popped up and went. Oh, what there was. It says
scroll. Tap your screen. Scroll to the left. It'll tell you if it's a 10-minute. If it's whatever it is.
I think it said 10-minute. I think it's 10 or 15-minute. Yeah.
It's either going to be. It'll be 10 if it is. Does it say that?
Let's see here. Well, I can't find it.
If you just scroll, take your screen, kind of take your finger and just slide it to the left, and it'll give you your stats.
Okay, hold on a sec. Well, I'm on a computer with not a.
Oh, but never mind. I was thinking you was on your phone or an iPad. I don't know how to do it on a computer unless it's opened up.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm looking.
You could go to your restriction and I think click on it. It'll tell you what time it is, what type it is. But if everyone would type F1 in the chat, type F1 in the chat. That might help with the restriction because you're losing people. It's probably because of it. That means they're restricting your live.
What does the F1 do?
We've been told at some point, sometimes everybody types F1, it'll help undo it somehow. I don't know. I've seen it work. I've seen it not do anything, but it's worth a shot, you know.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see it. It has a little bell that showed up, but it's not showing me.
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
It depends on what kind of restriction it is. If it's a 10-minute one, it'll be a timer on it, and you can see how much time is left, and you can wait it out, and then tell everybody to share the live, and you can overcome it and build your chat back up.
I see. Well, yeah, that's what they did. I got one that said for misinformation. It said for misinformation, and I may be having information that's hurtful to some people.
Yeah, that's typical. Does it give you a time, or is it like a permanent one for the live?
Well, I don't know. It disappeared when I clicked on it, and now I don't know how to get to it to see it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it, I guess, because I'm on TikTok Live Studio.
Yeah, I'd have to. I'm not sure. I've only used Studio a couple times, and I'm not really sure what it looks like in Studio. I just know what it looks like on iPad and phone. I'm just trying to help, man. That's all I'm trying to do, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Well, you want to stay up? I'll bring somebody else up here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll hang out with you for a minute. I went live earlier, so I'm good.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I got on there for a little while.
Yeah, I saw you down there. It was a pretty good live. Didn't have too many trolls.
Yeah, good.
Really?
All right. Well, I've clicked it accept here. If it'll come up here. There it is. Jibber jabber.
Let's
Hey.
go. Let's go.
Hey, Jibber Jabber, how's it going?
It's great. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So, I'm trying to keep anybody from doing any cursing or cussing up here, if you don't mind, and also prefer you to be a Bible believer, but you don't have to be. But no throwing fits or anything.
See, this is the thing, innit? You know you're being lied to. What part of reality is real to you? You know, you find out the earth is flat, and then the next stop is religion. When you've got to understand the powers that be control everything, including religion. Satan controls the world. Satan controls the government. The government control the land, and they build the mosques on the churches on satanic land for you to worship the beast. Like the government are satanic, and they control the land, and they're building the churches and mosques on satanic land for you to worship the beast.
Well, I can believe a lot of that. That's not really what the live was about, though. I mean, I can talk to you about that.
But that's
sometime.
where it's going to, isn't it? It's flat Earth, and then the next stop is religion. Anyone who mentions this, I've already been barred from Tron's room. I don't even know what I said there in Angel's room, because
I don't know.
The Jesus is very sensitive. You can't mention Jesus and Satan in the same person. One and the same. 4,500 satanic religions in this world.
Did you say that Jesus and Satan are one and the same? Is that what you just said?
One and the same. They're both in the Bible. They're both called the morning star. The morning star is the rising. Let me just finish. Let me just finish.
Well, you got you a bad translation, though. It's not true.
Well, let me just finish, and then you can rebut what I say. So they're both called the morning star. The morning star is the rising of the sun. That's why you go to church on a Sunday to worship the sun god.
Okay, well, you know, the King James Bible refers to Satan as the son of the morning, and Jesus Christ is the morning star. So there's two different names. Now, if you get, depending on which version you get, it has the same name. And then people, I think, like you are probably confused, like, oh, it's the same person. It's got the same name. But you may have a bad translation, is what I'm saying.
What part of reality is real to you?
Well,
do you understand?
This is pretty real right now.
Here?
Hey.
Yeah, it seems pretty real. Got to make it real, haven't they?
What questions does he got about flat Earth?
Yeah, do you have any flat Earth questions? Just curious.
Well, I've been a flat earther since 2012. Yeah, and the same people that tell you it's round are the same people now telling you it's flat. See, this is a game of chess, so they can give you a few truths away as long as the main character is always protected.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people found out about flat Earth after 2012. Obviously, people found out beforehand, but the majority is 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like,
have you had a little too much to drink by any chance?
No, I've not had nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go since you don't have any flat Earth questions. I'm going to go ahead and let you go and move to somebody else. I appreciate it, but.
There's reasons why they're blocked, and also they're trying to create a narrative that's not a narrative. What it was flat Earth was a thing, and it was suppressed. Flat Earth made it to the floors of Cambridge University to debate right around the turn of the century, 1900. Nobody knows about it, but there's articles on it and everything, and the flat Earth representatives do like we do today. We destroy these physicists that think they know everything. And many of and matter of fact, I dare say all of the old flat earthers, Samuel Robotham, Thomas Winship, Fred Cook, all of them were believers in God, and they referenced the Bible many times over. So let's not pretend like this didn't happen, because it's very truthful. Even Gleason wrote his book, Scriptures. As a matter of fact, in his book, in case anybody wants to know, it's not his. It actually says, the book says, that he wrote is called "Is the Bible from Heaven? Is the Earth a Globe?" by Alex Gleason. He was a
Right.
flat earther and a believer in the God of the Bible. It's all I mean, we don't want to pretend like that this wasn't written, and that the Bible and God was just a fleeting thought, to be just quickly brushed away. I don't think so. I mean, I think that's what you're saying, and
Right.
that's what I've always known. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not pushing my faith. I'm just saying the facts are the facts. I mean, Samuel Robotham, they talk about scripture all throughout his book. All these flat earth books from back in the day, every one of them. I mean, there's another very famous book that people should get a hold of, is written by David Wardlaw Scott. This is the name of the book. It's called Terra Firma, The Earth Not a Planet, Proven from Scripture, Reason and Fact. Where do you think the scriptures are coming from?
Right.
The Bible. And this one was written in, I believe, this is a thick one. This was written in, I'm looking at it right here. I'm trying to find the exact year, 1901. Okay,
Right.
This is just another famous one. I like to put this out there because these books are so good that I wish that so many flat earthers would just read them. If you can't get the PDFs, get the actual book. You can get a lot of this stuff on Amazon. Such good information, and they leave nothing out, and they cover it so well,
Right.
so well.
I agree. All right. Well, let's bring up. Do you know a random guy here? We'll bring him up.
I don't know.
Almost.
I don't know.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. It's coming up. Hello. Is this a random guy?
Yep.
How are you? Are you a Bible
Age.
believer?
What's his age?
I'm 21. I'm not a Bible believer. I don't have nothing against the Bible, but
Are you a flat earther?
no, I'm not a flat earther. There's
Okay.
a lot of reasons for it. One things I like to point out for flat earthers is the sun, such as like 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Wouldn't really make sense on a flat earth.
Have
Why?
you ever? Yeah. I mean, some models
Why does
claim
it-
that it could be there.
Why does it not make sense?
Because how would it make sense if your entire belief is that you live in this bubble of field of view, and you're in Antarctica, and in your map or whatever, you were on the other side and the sun was on the other side, but you could still see the sun, it would completely negate your
Let me
entire
ask you a question. Why do you believe 10 people in the first 10 people in the history of the world that went to some place that was cold and claimed they saw something? Why do you just believe that? Shouldn't we verify that?
You can.
Well, how about we do it then? It's not been verified. Shouldn't we verify
Yes.
it? Half a dozen. Who? Give me who verified it?
What exactly do you want to verify?
Like another 10 go down there and do it again just to make sure, and maybe do it from different areas down there. How about a half a dozen of them, half a dozen separate expeditions? Wouldn't you think that would be proper and logical to do that, to verify? I mean,
Do you
just saying.
need that many people? Do you
I would
really
say we
need
do.
them?
I'd say we do 100 verifications, but how about at least one?
So it is actually a very it's a common occurrence that happens.
Who told you that?
The world and seasons.
Give me one name,
happen for
because
6
the
months.
world. All that I'm aware of is that it has never been viewed before, ever in the history of the world. And now we have 10 people that went down there claiming they saw something. So, with all due respect, can you tell us anybody else?
I mean,
I'm
that-
pretty sure it was viewed in the 19th
Pretty
century.
sure. Pretty sure. Okay. Well,
Well,
pretty
that's-
sure. Can we get pretty sure up here to help us out?
Are you just gonna say whatever I'm saying is false and it's not?
No.
proven
What I'm saying is I'm
happened?
helping I'm trying to knock on your noggin to let you know is you're believing something from 10
That's been
people.
fact checked
By who?
by the people from.
I fact
You don't
checked
even
it.
need a. Okay, what did
Random
you
guy. I
fact check?
fact checked it.
What
I
did you
found
fact
it
check?
lacking, but I fact checked it.
What exactly did you fact check?
Well, first of all, I was one of the first people to come out. Matter of fact, the next day after they went down there, I was one of the first people to come out and say the whole thing looked bogus and the video looked fake. and they've
It looked
since
fake.
tampered the video. I don't know if you've seen the videos or seen
I've
all
seen
the
multiple
different
videos.
splicing and what have you, but I mentioned it from day one. Where were you at?
I've seen multiple videos of it.
I saw
I've
it.
seen drone
What-
footage of it.
Have you seen what drone footage?
There was 2 drone footages. One where the drone is flying away from the camera, and one where it flies very high into the sky, so you can see the entire surroundings.
Really?
For
Yeah.
24 hours?
Well, not for 24 hours, but they did that so you can do the time lapse of the 24 hours is on YouTube.
Is it?
You can watch it.
Is
Yes.
it? Wait, is it? Is it?
Yes, it is.
Did you know that we were supposed to get live footage and we never got it? Why do you think that happened?
So they went live, and I don't even if they did went live for 24 hours looking at the sun, you wouldn't fucking watch it because it's
No,
just
why are you
standing still.
cussing, young
Listen,
man?
no.
Stop it. Why are you're already melting?
Yeah, don't.
You know
Oh,
nothing
sorry for
about this.
cussing, my
I've
bad.
kept up with it from day one. I was all over this from day one. Now here's the thing. You think a 24-hour sun proves what? Proves that we live on a globe? Is that what you're saying?
Of course it does,
How does it prove we live on a globe? What about all the flat earth proof?
because
How does it undo all
there
the
is no
science?
flat Earth proof.
Oh,
Your
there
burden
absolutely
of
is. Would you
proof
like
is
some?
just saying it's
Would
just
you
it's just
would you
flat.
like some?
Sure, show me a proof.
Water at rest seeks its level. That's
Never.
scientifically
Water doesn't
proven.
seek
And
its
water
level.
needs a container and takes the shape of its container. Do you believe that?
Water doesn't find its level.
Yes, it does.
Okay, what is a water droplet on a leaf?
A water droplet is a water. You drop a drop of water
Does
in
the
a
water
bucket. It's going to
find
be part
itself
of the
into a
bucket of
pot?
water. A droplet of water does not prove the Earth is a globe, but
And
a
a
body of
little
water.
droplet.
But a body of water full of water goes level. It seeks
Okay,
level.
and what about tides? High tide, low tide?
Tides don't prove the shape of nothing.
Yes, it does. There's
How does tides prove a globe?
Because that would mean that water.
But how
never
does a
finds
tide
its
prove a
level.
globe?
Because if there's high tide in one place, low
But
tide.
how does
area,
the tide
how does
prove
that-
8 inches per mile squared? How does
Oh
it
my
prove
God.
it? Do you even understand what 8 inches
Are you
per
listening?
mile squared
You're
is?
saying, hold on, calm down. Listen to me, okay? You're
I'm
saying
listening. Are you listening to
water
me?
find its
Oh,
level.
wait, are you listening to me?
How can water find its level if there's
Dude,
high tide and low
Brother,
tide?
are you denying science when science states, and it's been proven, and you can prove it yourself, that water at rest seeks its level? It seeks its level in your toilet, in a
What's the
bathtub,
level?
in a swimming pool, in a lake,
What's the
in a
level?
pond. How do you deny this?
What's
Are you
the
a science
level?
denier? Are you a science
What's
denier?
What's the level?
Level is level. It's horizontal. It's
Okay.
flat.
Oh, you don't know what level means, do you?
Wait, do you think level means curved and bent? Is that what you think?
Level means perpendicular to
Well,
gravity.
then what makes water go level?
Wait, no, horizontal. Yeah, level means horizontal.
Get
towards
Google
gravity. It
out.
means
Go
it's
ahead.
very-
Go ahead and teacup. Get Google. Help us out.
See, look at this. If you were to look down, what's down right now? What is down?
Hey, young man. What's level? Let's get back to level. You were going to tell me what level meant. I think level means flat and horizontal. Do you think
No,
it
it
means
doesn't.
bent and curved?
No, you know what?
Then what does
you
it
know
mean?
The difference between sea level and air flight level.
Sea level. Do you know how they got sea level? Do you know how sea level was even formed? Do you know how the government came to the determination of what sea level was, young man?
Yes. Now, do you
How?
know what it means?
Well, no. How do they do it? Because I do know.
Do you know what it means? when
Random
you
guy.
measure
Do
sea
you know
level?
how they came up with sea level? It's a teaching moment for you.
Yes, I'm telling you, you do not.
How did they
know
do it?
How they measure level?
How did they
something
measure?
level.
How did they come up with sea level? How did they do it?
When it says sea level, flight level, it doesn't mean it's
How did they
flat.
come? Okay, I'll tell you how they did sea level. For 19 straight years, every hour on the hour, for 19 straight years, the government measured at various parts of the world the levels of water. They measured it to determine mean sea level. And notice how it was sea level, not sea curve. That's how they got it, young man. How old are you again? 21? You were 2 years old when I was started my journey on this.
Great.
If you want to
and
learn
got
something from a
misinformed.
dude like myself, and the host will gladly teach you, but your cognitive dissonance is getting in the way of
Yeah,
rational
so-
thinking. Do you think that do you think that water bends and curves?
Yeah,
When-
because it makes sense if you actually learn.
How does it make
something.
sense? How does water at rest? How does the word level mean bending
Okay.
and curving?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain this to you.
No, I
like
don't
you're
need your
a third grader,
explanations.
okay.
How does level mean anything other than
Yeah, so I'm
level.
going to explain it to you like a third grader, okay?
No. Explain. Give me the definition of level.
Level is perpendicular to gravity when you're talking about level.
Wait,
like a
perpendicular
sea
to gravity?
level.
Whoa, wait a second. Are you trying to tell me that gravity makes water at rest
Gravity
go
makes
level?
water stick to a ball. Yes, it's
So
crazy.
are you saying
right?
that? Are you saying that the gravity makes water go level?
Yeah.
Welcome to flat Earth. You just
Oh my
proved
God.
that gravity makes water go
So
level,
you
which
think
happens
there's
on a flat
gravity?
Earth. Are you
Hold
familiar
on,
with
you think there's
abysmal
gravity?
planes? Random guy,
Wait.
do you know what abysmal planes are?
Did you just say there's gravity? So welcome to globe Earth, pal. You said there's gravity.
Hey pal, who says we can't have gravity on a flat Earth?
It's impossible. It's physically impossible to have
So
gravity.
you saying
or else
gravity
you
doesn't
just clearly
exist?
said-
Welcome to my world.
Look, if flat Earth had gravity, you would be constantly going
You're
towards the
crashing
center
out,
of the
random
world.
guy. Listen, really, do you honestly think that level means
Level's
bent
not
and
flat,
curved?
buddy. Level is not flat.
Well,
You
then
want me to
what is
explain
it?
it to you?
Then what is it?
Okay, now let me explain it to you instead of you rambling on.
I don't
okay?
need your 21-year-old explaining me anything.
No,
I can
I'm going to
explain it
teach
to
it
you,
because
young
you
man.
need teaching. Okay,
You
calm down.
need teaching. Do you think, hey, random guy, do
Calm
you think
down,
the
calm
Earth,
down.
do
You're
you think the Earth,
overreacting.
do you think the Earth orbits the sun, young man?
Of course it does. Why
Prove
wouldn't
it. Prove
I'll
it.
prove it. So
Yeah,
we
give
have
us some
literally
science.
made predictions like solar eclipses
Okay,
and
so we'll
lunar
start
eclipses.
again. I'll make it even easier. You're already on the wrong path. Name one scientist or physicist that's ever measured the speed of the motion of the Earth orbiting the sun. Go.
What the fuck type of question is that?
I can give you about 25 that tried and failed. Would you like to hear the most famous ones?
Sure, go on.
George Airy. Have you ever heard of Airy's failure?
No,
That's your
I don't know
homework.
who the
Have you
hell
ever
that
heard of
is.
Albert Michelson?
I've heard of Albert Einstein.
Have you ever heard of Albert Michelson, though?
I mean, Albert Einstein had a great gravitation.
Have you ever heard of
theory.
Albert Michelson? Einstein knew who Michelson was.
I'm
How come
not
you
too
don't?
sure who that is.
Well, that's your homework, brother. I'm trying to help you. Albert Michelson used
Okay, now can
interferometry
I-
and built. Hey, you're going to have to calm. This is
Hold
a
on,
teaching
can I
moment.
explain level to you now?
No, we don't need you to explain it. We
I
already know
do,
it.
because you don't
No,
understand
you don't
level.
know it. No, you don't know it.
If everyone was in a entire
You don't know.
line across
No,
the
you
world
dish out.
at
But
eye
I got to
level,
we got to get back to the motion part, so I can
Hold on,
teach
no,
you.
no. I
no,
wanna
no,
teach
no, no,
you
no. You're
level
going to
'cause you
learn.
don't
You're going to learn
understand
today. Here. You don't understand it. You don't know anything about science, but I want to help you because
I know
do know about
everything
science.
about this
I've studied
topic.
it. When
You
you were
don't.
crapping your diapers, I was learning this. So pay attention, young man, and learn something. Now,
Dude,
listen to
all
me
you
now, with all
say
due
is,
respect.
no, it doesn't
You-
exist. That's
Oh,
not
now
real.
Now he's flipping out. Now check it out. Here's what happens. Did he left? I'm sorry, dude. I couldn't resist,
all right.
man.
Well, hey,
And notice I couldn't even get the information out. If everybody in the chat that doesn't understand this, look up Airy's failure, George Airy. Look up Albert Michelson's interferometer in 1881 and 1887, and just take a look at it. And come have a conversation. Go ahead, brother. This
yeah,
is
I
too
agree.
easy.
I agree. Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to understand. It's hard for me to explain to somebody if they don't know what level, like water seeks its level. I mean,
Well,
that's how
sometimes
it-
you just got to.
that's how a level.
Sometimes I just.
A
right,
level
sometimes I
is
just
used in construction. It has
I
liquid
know.
in it, and
I
it's got
know.
it's got a window. So when you get it level, the water inside goes level, and the bubble moves to the middle. I mean, I don't understand.
It's so simple, man.
Yeah.
But the fact is, he was just crashing out. Sometimes I got to play the age game. I have to take the high. I have to take the high ground, because if someone's 21 years old, literally they were crapping their diapers when I began my journey on this. And with all due respect, you will not know more than me or the host. We've been looking at this for a few years, guys. The object is to listen, and we'll give you the information. Then we can have the conversation. You don't need to teach us about the globe. We already know about the globe, guys. Come on.
Well, it's like what he was saying. The 24-hour sun in Antarctica. If that was true and everybody knew it, they would have never had to have done the final experiment and sent people down there to try to verify it. If it was just common knowledge.
And
Obviously.
nothing's ever final. Nothing's ever final. But here's the thing. When it comes to science, wouldn't it be nice to have some verification of this once in a lifetime, never been done before event?
Hello.
You
Right.
know, let's have somebody else go down there and take a look. Anyway, go ahead.
Hello.
Sure. Hello, how are you?
I have a question for you.
What is it?
Why do you have a picture pointing to the globe?
A picture of the globe behind me right here?
Yeah.
Just for visual so people can see it so I can
What do you mean to show with it?
I don't think that it's real. I think that is Cartoon Network
So
right
that's
here.
what you think, but you are pointing at the globe. Now, last time when we were speaking, we had a conversation about the gyroscope.
Sure.
So people may think like, if I saw this picture, I would have not had any chat with you because you are pointing to the globe.
Oh, well, you mean that little arrow right there?
Yeah,
Right
the
there?
red arrow pointing to the globe. What are you trying to imply?
Well, that was just an AI picture that kind of came up there.
No, that is
Maybe I
not.
need to
AI
redraw
will
it.
only follow your instructions.
Say again.
Can she read English? Can you read English normally? Can you read? Can you read where it says the Bible teaches flat earth? It's flatbro.com. I think the anybody that has
Whoever you
any
are, you
reasonable
don't need to
person
teach me that. I know
with
that for
all,
the past 10 years.
well, ma'am, I think that, well, okay, well, that's great. I'm just saying that I think that anybody
I
of
think
reasonable
you
intellect
you
could
just
read.
jumped in the middle of our conversation, which
I
is
know.
very rude.
I'm a co-host. I'm
It
helping.
doesn't matter, co-host or what host you are, you must keep your silence. Because I'm
Why?
asking
Why should
him
I
a
keep my
genuine
silence?
question.
You certainly like to talk.
Of course I do.
Well, then I
Don't
do
you?
too. I like to talk about the flat earth.
Yes, but I do give respect to others.
Well,
I give respect.
do you,
Then keep your mouth shut.
Hey, listen,
Okay.
normally, that was so respectful. I appreciate that.
do you,
You don't like being challenged, do you, normally? You don't like it, do
About
you?
what?
well, hey, do you think that the me having the globe up there is misleading, or the flat the arrows? Maybe I'm trying to
If
say
I
that.
was you, do you have a laptop there?
Well, I don't have. I'm on a computer right now.
Yeah, what is the AI you are using?
The what?
What is the AI you are using to make this picture?
Grok.
Sorry?
Grok. I made it with Grok.
Okay. Give the command to draw the flat earth and
Right.
without the globe in it.
I will. I'll do that. I'll redo the background, and
No, I'm asking you to do it now as you are deceiving people.
Oh,
well.
stop it, normally. He's not deceiving people. You're coming up being a troll. Why do you do this, Norm? Are you a flat earther?
I just said I know the earth is flat for the past 10 years.
Prove it. What's your best flat
And we
earth
shouldn't
proof?
deceive people by
What's
putting
your
pictures like
best
this.
what's your best flat earth proof? What made you a flat earth person?
The best one is the gyroscope.
How does it prove a flat earth?
You tell me you're a flat earther.
Oh, I know all about it, but you're a flat earther
I
for
know
10
all
years.
about it
Give me
too,
your
then
best
why
give me
are
your
we
best flat
arguing?
earth. Give us your best flat earth proof. That's all you got? Gyroscope, nothing else?
I've got 150.
Give us two more.
What for? We are all flat earthers.
What proof do you have? I'm starting to think you're not a flat earther.
Why?
Just because you said it, but at 10 years you don't have anything else other than a gyroscope? Do
I just
you
said
even
I
know
have
how a
150.
gyroscope
I'm not
works?
here to discuss with you 150 things when I have this question in front of me.
Well, normally it sounds to me like I want to believe you're a flat earther, but
Why
it
do you
sounds to me
have,
like you're not a
what is
flat
your
earther.
name,
You can't even tell
Mr.
us your.
with
Can't
the
you? I could
beard?
give
What
you
is your name?
50 flat earth proofs, but I've been a flat earther
What
for.
is your name? My
My
name is
name is.
Nirmali Rajaratna.
Look at my icon; it has my name on it.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the man with the beard and
Hey,
glasses on.
normally, give us your best flat Earth proof. If you said gyroscopes are flat
I
Earth proof,
am
how does a
talking to
gyroscope
the
work?
person
Hey,
who
normally,
is
how does
in
a
the
gyroscope?
picture right now.
How does a
I'm not
gyroscope
talking to
work?
you.
Normally, I don't think you know how a gyroscope works. I
I'm
think you're
not talking
faking
to
us.
you.
I
I
think you're
am not
faking.
talking to
I
you.
think you're faking, and you're not
You
a
know
real flat
what? You have
earther.
enough time
Are
now.
you here to
I can
deceive
wait.
us?
Do the
Are,
picture
are you
now if you
trying?
are an
No,
honest
nobody
person.
does. Nobody's going to do what
If you
you
are an
want.
honest
A
person, do the
random
picture
stranger
now. It
comes
will
up on
only
a
take you
panel,
2
and you're going to
minutes.
demand we
And
do
I will only
something.
give you 2 minutes.
Hey,
Believe me
normally,
or not.
I think she might be a bot. Flatter,
I don't know.
you, Dr. Flack, is something strange. I think she was a bot. They'll
Well,
do
I
that
mean,
sometimes. I
it,
didn't drop her, by the way.
it, I mean, I'm not trying to say that's a flat Earth. I mean, I'm just showing the difference between flat Earth and a globe. You know,
Yep.
I'm a
But
flat
also,
earther, and that is not flat Earth right there.
right. But there's
So
also a depiction. There's also a depiction of a flat surface behind you as
yeah,
well. I know it's all done by AI, but I challenge her because after 10 years of being a flat earther, and the only thing you can think of is the gyroscope, and you don't even know how it works, don't you find? I find that very suspect. Everybody in the chat, did she seem like a real flat earther? F1 if you kind of thought she was being deceptive. Anybody, F1 if you thought that last guest was being deceptive in the way they were coming up. Anybody, just type F1 that you thought she was a little strange. There we go. Look at
yeah.
this here. They knew better. Something wasn't right, brother.
Well,
This is what they do.
Well, her name is Nirma Lee. Hey, Nirma Lee, if you're listening, I mean, I see you're back in the request deal there. I'll change it, okay? I mean, if you're really a flat earther and you don't think that should be on there, I'll redo it for the next live. I don't have any way to do that while I'm on the live. You know? Would you agree with that, Tron?
Yeah, and the audacity for someone to come up and start demanding you do what they say to your memes is a little disingenuous, with all due respect to the who I think is a fake flat earther. I'm not kidding.
Right.
In 10 years and you have no proof and you say gyroscope, but you can't even tell us why? I can tell you why. Yes, I can. Dude, I don't know, something's wrong with that, brother. I'm just letting you know something's not right. I've dealt with so many people, and
Right.
I've called out so many fakers. You know what I'm saying? I just
Yeah.
have, dude. I'm just sorry.
It's all right. We got another one. We're going to come up and see what they say real quick. Hey, how are you? Is this Stay Slaza? Stuff Slaza?
Yes, it is Stav Slaza.
Stav
How are you
Slaza?
doing, man?
Doing
Just
fine.
stopping by.
Good. Are you a Bible
and
believer?
Yes,
Okay.
to
Are
some
you a flat
extent. I
earther?
have. You know, I'm not a flat earther and I'm not a glober. I'm kind of in between, but
Okay.
I think I know what you're talking about. Is you're referencing the firmament, correct?
Correct. I have referenced the firmament. Yes.
Okay, so explain to me how that means flat Earth and your understanding.
Well, it's not just the word firmament. How I'm reconciling that is if you believe in the Bible, okay, on the very first page of Genesis, it talks about everything was water, and in the water was separated by a firmament. So there was water above the firmament, and there's water below the firmament. And then below the firmament, God gathered up land and called it earth, and gathered up water and called it seas. So if you picture that in your mind, and that's true, then what you have above this firmament is not a vacuum of outer space, it's water. I mean, there's never anything mentioned about galaxies and universes and vacuums of space and planets, you know, because they teach you that everything's expanding and moving. The Bible says after God created it, it was finished. That's it. There isn't any more. It's done. But that's not what they teach you. So that's how I reconcile the firmament. Yes.
Okay, yes, I like that explanation. You did a very good job. But I do have one question is, so you're saying that we might have water above us. How would we scientifically prove that by means of, actually testing that theory and
Well, here's what I
making it
think. I
fact?
think if any government honestly wanted to know what was up there, and they probably do, they would, and they wanted you to know and me to know, they would send stuff up there like high altitude stuff, and they would actually focus on it instead of giving fake pictures and claiming they're rockets in outer space and giving fake pictures of Mars. Instead of doing that, they would actually have, people look up there and say, look what we're seeing, here's what we're doing. and try to look into it. But instead, I think they just are ignoring it. And in reality, I don't think they're going any further than the firmament. I think that's why when you see all rocket launches, they go up, over and over, and down, 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 and they're always like, "Well, it's going on the other side of the Earth, into orbit." But that's not what it looks like it's doing. So, I think a bunch of them know. They just won't tell you.
Yes, and I do have one more question for you. Did you know that if you go to Australia and you look at the moon, if you're in Florida, it would be opposite. So it actually gets flipped upside down when you travel to Australia and view the moon. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Is that perspective,
Yes.
Tron?
I know people that are flat earthers that live in Australia that would disagree with you.
Well, they have been wrong because that's a fact. If you really want to find out for yourself, you can fly there and you will see that.
Well, I know people that live in Australia, so why would I want to fly there when I can just talk to
Tron,
them?
I've been there myself and I've seen it, and you are kind of being not very smart with your opinions right now.
Well, I just disagree with you. I disagree with
It's a
you.
fact. It's a fact.
Who's fact?
It's a
Who's
fact. Everybody in Australia would say so.
Well, everybody in Australia would say so. You're trying to say that we live on a globe and Australia is from the land down under looking at a different part of the moon.
I'm not saying we live on a globe. I'm saying that if you travel to Australia, the moon is flipped, and that is a fact, man. So do not deny it. There's millions of people who confirm it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can go there and see it yourself.
Name three.
Name three. What does that have to do with anything? I can make up
said
three names right now.
You said millions. Surely you know three people that can confirm
Okay,
it.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. You've met
I'm
Russell Crowe.
just gonna name Australians, man. I mean, I don't know why it's offending you so much, man. I'm just trying to. You want to get to the bottom.
No,
You
I'm
know
not.
what? Hey.
No, I'm not offended with you, brother.
Hey, what we can
It's
do
a fact,
though.
though.
Hey, let me tell you something. Me and Tron are honest guys. We honestly want to know the truth. We know a guy who goes by Aloha that's in Florida. Well, and Tron's in Florida. We can have them walk out and take a picture just from their balcony, from their house. And we can also have the guy down there, Angels of Light. He is in Australia. Have him take a picture. I'll have each one of them email me the picture, and I'll compare it myself and just see, does it look like it's upside down or is it not? And neither one of these guys are gonna. They don't care. They're just gonna walk outside and take a picture, just so we can see for ourselves.
What is the significance of saying it's upside down? How does that help our conversation, sir?
Because if the moon was flipped upside down, then you'd be seeing it from a different perspective. You know what I mean? Like if it wouldn't make sense to be on a flat plane and we.
There you go. So you
upside
think the
down.
Earth is a globe. We understand, but the science doesn't say that. Science is 8 inches per mile squared is not true. The Earth curvature rate has been falsified several thousand times already for the last 150 years at a
Yeah,
minimum.
man. The moon is upside down in Australia. That's all I have to say.
Well, do you have anything else to say? Do you think the
no,
Earth
that's
orbits
it,
the
man.
sun? Do you think the Earth orbits the sun?
Yes,
Why?
because if the Earth did not orbit the sun, what would it orbit? Do you think it's stationary?
Absolutely, that would be geocentric. That's the biblical point of view. Absolutely, it's in Genesis. It's in even the Quran.
So you don't think the Earth is rotating?
No, science has proven that the Earth is stationary. It just so happens to match the ancient biblical texts as well as all the earliest civilizations on Earth, as far back as we can go, all show depictions of a flat Earth enclosed in some sort of an enclosure, an enclosed system with what we would call a firmament or a dome or a cover, a flat topographical plane, and everything that's above the Earth is inside it. So we would have a local sun, local moon, stars, etc., very similar to the biblical, in Genesis. And the Earth, lack of Earth motion has been proven scientifically over the last 150 years. I can name you 25 experiments by Nobel. Many of them were Nobel Prize winning physicists that made attempts to measure Earth velocity, trying to deal with the ether, answer the ether question, and they all failed. With all
Okay,
due
so now let me
respect,
ask you this: how far away do you think the sun is from Earth?
I don't know, and I have no idea. I can't even begin to speculate. I just don't know. I have no way of measuring it.
There is a way of measuring it, though. You could measure the light from solar flares.
Do you know what crepuscular rays are, sir?
Oh, no, why don't you educate me?
A crepuscular ray is proof that that the sun is extremely local and very close. I don't know how high up it is, but I do know that it's not 93 million miles away, or that it's a gigantic sun that dwarfs the Earth. It's the exact opposite. The
Hold on,
sun
what
is
is this?
local.
What is this term? Do you mind typing it down in chat so I can look it up?
Somebody type crepuscular rays for Stav. If you want to, just type it in there. It's crepuscular. Have a flat earther type in crepuscular rays that knows what I'm talking about. There it is, crepuscular. We got it. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, crepuscular rays. It's like whenever the light comes in straight or it comes in at an angle, is what it is. Well, he's teacups.
That's okay. That's okay. He's going. But see, he's coming in as I don't know. He's gone now. What it is, they come in as they don't know, but then they're defending the globe with every ounce of their being. I'm like, well, just say you believe in a globe.
Yeah, just
Why
say you
come
believe
in?
it.
That is a little bit of deception, right?
Right.
They're being deceptive. Why be deceptive? Just say, hey, man.
Well, he's in the
I don't
beginning.
believe
He
it. I don't
seemed
believe
really he seemed really receptive in the beginning, like you actually wanted to hear an explanation, which I gave him a detailed explanation.
Nah, that's all the same. I know. As a matter of fact, I remember this guy. Why? And he got real hostile with me. I'm like, calm down, dude.
Yeah.
Calm down, brother. Calm down. But there's no reason to get mad. It's just
Hey.
either the Earth is flat or it isn't. No big deal.
Yeah. No big deal. All right, let's bring another one up here. Let's bring this one up. Hey, this is Kenny. Is this Cowan?
Yeah, he's a good man. I know Cal. He's a flat earther, brother. What's up,
okay.
Cal?
What's up, fellas?
Not too much. So you're a Bible believer and flat earther?
I'm definitely.
Good.
What I didn't understand, we could have used a scenario a while ago on that gentleman about maybe next time if he comes on. Ask him if about a dome area. How are we getting our oxygen from other parts of the country where if it's coming to us instead of going into outer space? Something's got to hold it there to get to us.
Right.
Or it would just go away.
Well, they're gonna say gravity. They're gonna say gravity's holding.
Gravity
it down.
has nothing to do with that, though.
Oh, I know that, but that's what they're gonna say.
Here's what they're going to say: refraction, gravity. I know someone that works at NASA. Earth really, really big. I know a pilot. You're too dumb and uneducated, and you don't understand physics. There's the answers.
Okay, well, I understand the physics. You know that.
Oh, I know, brother.
They are so in denial because that's what they were taught all their life.
Sure.
And it's the truth. And here's the thing. We were all part of the same stuff. I mean, we all learned the same exact. I am a pilot, and all three of you are wrong. Hey, Corey, please come up because the host is a pilot, and I know a thing or two myself. Come on up, brother. Request up, Corey. It's your turn. You get to go to the head of the class. He says he's a pilot, man. Let's get him up here.
I see that.
But anyway, I forgot what I was telling you, Cohen. But it was great. I know it was.
Dude, me and Tron have sat there together at night and proved them wrong, and they still don't want to hear it.
Oh, I know.
Kirk. Oh, here's another one. Crick thinks he's a pilot. Oh, and he says we're correct. Get him up here. Let's get them all up here.
Yeah. If they request up, and we'll bring you up here, especially if you're a pilot. If you're a pilot and want to talk, come on up. We definitely want to talk to pilots.
Now, Dr. Flat Earth, I'm a pilot, but I'm a different kind. I pilot on my plate needed.
I know what you mean.
I don't think they're coming up. I think he ran away.
Oh, no.
So somebody said Corey is no pilot.
We know he's not a pilot, or he would be coming up. Why run away? Here's the thing. Why do people have to lie? Just why do you want to lie about it? Come on,
I don't know. If you believe the thing, if you believe you're on a globe, you believe you're on a globe. Don't lie and say you're a pilot and try to debunk it when you're really not a pilot.
I just went to the Bahamas, Tron, me and the wife, for a cruise. I'm going to tell you something. When you're on that boat, I can see more miles than what they saying
Of course you
in
can.
open
Sure.
water.
Sure.
I mean, it is not round as they anticipate or drop in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
There's no way. And I
Well-
got bad eyes.
Well, Cowan, you've got a good head on your shoulders. All right, you're way ahead of a lot of people. Okay.
Oh, I'm way ahead of a lot of them.
Yeah, way ahead. I mean, you're so far ahead of them. You might actually be on the other side of the curve.
Yeah.
It really
You know-
irritates me. I like to tell people that there shouldn't be a single pilot that claims the Earth is flat, right? There shouldn't be any. But why are there so many? That's an interesting question. And remember our friend for the other night? It's a kit. No, it's not a kit.
Yeah. It's
Well-
a kid. It's a kid. Yeah. Well,
Well,
and
I
the
would-
thing is, I think that guy may really be a pilot. I'm not sure. But
No, I think he is. I think
Maybe.
he is. He's just. We've debated him. No, Angels and myself had gone around and around with him. That's why we got him all blocked.
well,
The
the thing is, why would you come up here as a pilot unless you're disingenuous and you're a liar or whatever? But me as a pilot doesn't mean I've seen every instrument that's ever been made.
right.
I know what I've seen in an aircraft, and I know what I trained in. Now, if you had taken lessons in the 70s or 80s or 90s or whatever, you may have used a completely different instrument. It may have been an older one, a newer one. And then it goes in, well, these older planes. Well, the thing is you may have an old plane, but it may have a new instrument in it.
Absolutely, they can
I mean,
modify them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I see these old 70 models, like you go on airplanetrader.com and look at a 1975 Cessna 172, and a lot of them have got glass cockpits in them. They've been upgraded.
Yeah. And they can put
deal.
total different instrument panels. They can upgrade it all, man.
So it's like, well, that's an aircraft that was in the 50s. Well, that doesn't mean it doesn't have a new glass cockpit in it. They can do whatever they want.
I just wanted to tell you, I almost forgot this. Remember they got that D3 guy that came up. He actually, I'm surprised he didn't bring it up to you, but he actually said when Angels and myself were talking, at least when I was talking to him before in one of my debates, that he actually was an instructor.
Claimed he had
said
an
he had
instructor
two-
license.
Yes. So I guess if he had 250 hours, you can do it. And he was at least that's what he stated. And then which I'm like, I was like, I hope not. What are you telling these people?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to take him at his word. I'm surprised he didn't bring it up to you since he was trying to dish gallop around everything else. But the problem is this whole idea, this argument he's been using and I destroyed him. That's why he's so angry with me. He got into the whole gyroscope tumbling thing. And I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
Your aircraft, what kind of flying are you doing? He makes it sound like it's just an everyday occurrence. No, it isn't. Like, I worked out with the TH-57 helicopter maintenance contract for 15 years. Lots of helicopter, and a helicopter can maneuver a lot more and easier than a regular fixed wing aircraft. I don't recall all these tumbling gyros he's talking about. And I don't recall all these flags that are supposed to be. They don't all have them. I know they don't have them. I know they don't have them.
I was on the
But they
bridge
do
the other day,
exist.
and I can prove it different, Tron, because I was on the bridge with the captain
Right.
on our boat. I took a special tour just to get up there. I was in the bridge. They got their radar, you got their big
Yep.
circles, and it shows everything going, around and around. We were on our way back from the Bahamas, and they were showing ships in the Gulf on his radar. How is that possible if it drops so many feet per mile?
Well, here's what happens. See, here I can tell you how. They shoot the rays up, and it bounces up off the dome, off the atmosphere somehow, and then it ricochets, and it goes back down and hits the ship. That's how they do it. And you add the theory of you put a little theory of magic in there, and it just magically happens.
Right.
But radar has to
Earth would blow.
actually hit something. Correct me if I'm wrong before it can detect it.
Exactly. Radar needs a direct line of sight. I don't
Correct.
care what they say. Corey,
Right.
are you now a radar expert? So he's a pilot. Get up here, Corey. We've been trying to get you up here. We're trying to send you a request if you're the pilot. Are you the same pilot, Corey, we just talked to?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same one or not.
Come up
but
here
if
and tell
so,
us about aircraft flying and flight mechanics, and tell us how radar works. If you want to come up here and help us out.
Yeah. Well, and you know, when we got back to the other pilot guy that was up here the other day, is another thing he was saying, and he was talking about these different bank angles and doing stuff. You know, here's the problem. Unless you own your own airplane, or if you rent an airplane just to go out on a joyride, you're not going to be doing a lot of the stuff he said.
I don't buy it.
99% of the time, if you're in an airplane, you're getting instruction when you're that level. And they are not going to let you get in a rental plane or a flight school, and all of a sudden bank that thing over a certain angle. You're not allowed to do it. And number one, those airplanes aren't structurally designed for that.
See, what they're doing, what he's doing is, because the whole attitude indicator destroys it. It absolutely destroys the idea of the heliocentric system. Hands down, with a proper understanding of it. He's just trying to sow doubt into people to make it sound like, well, maybe these attitude indicators don't do what they say they do. They absolutely do it. And
exactly.
I mean, anyway, go ahead. That's what he's doing, and he's still on it. He's so angry about it.
Well, in the chat here, we had Foxtail Ranch. He said, "Can you please let us him up or them up? They want to ask a question." So here they are. How are you?
Hey, outstanding. Thanks for letting me join.
No
I've got one quick question that's stumped me, and I wasn't able to answer it. And that is, if you were to go up, say, 50 feet or so on the beach or somewhere close to the beach, say in Florida, and you have a telescope and you're looking out at the horizon, and say you have a powerful telescope, what could you see? And if it was powerful enough, if you can see a crater on the moon, could you, potentially see over to the Bahamas?
No.
Or somewhere? And what does that prove or not prove?
I could answer that if you want me to, host.
Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, it's different. Okay. The telescopes aren't going to work that far. You can't see that far. Even if we lived on a globe, they're not going to go that far out. You're going to be a lot of distortion. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere and all that. You're not going to be able to see that far through it, period. It's just not going to happen. Even if you go up 50 feet. Now, number two, the horizon you mentioned is not a literal thing. It's an apparent. So the horizon is the apparent horizon, and it's different for different people, and it changes, can almost change hour by hour depending on the temperature. Okay, so that's what you need to know. So people talk about horizon, correct them and say it's the apparent horizon. Okay,
yep.
It's very important, and the higher you go up, you can just see farther. Simple as that, man, because your perspective, it's even better for proving a flat Earth, because you can see too far. The 8 inches per mile squared positive claims of the Earth, which is the Earth curvature rate, if we're talking about from a 6-foot observer. Okay, talking about 8 inches per mile squared at 10 miles would be 66 feet of curvature. Well, if you go up higher, guess what? You can see farther. You're going to see too far. Simple as that, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask it this way: how far could I see if I had, let's say I have a very, like, one of the best telescopes? How far can I see looking? And I understand I'm not looking up.
I would say
towards the sky, but out.
I would say not that far. You'd be hard pressed to see maybe 100 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I know people have gotten pictures. There's a telescope that I know what somebody has. It cost him $30,000. He's one of our detractors, but he was able to get pictures of at not even 100 miles. Okay. But he was able to get distorted pictures and what have you. So I don't think it's going to go that far. That's with a $30,000 telescope. Now also understand this: when we look at the sky, see, people think that what we're seeing in the sky, like stars, they're making up stuff. They say it's light years away, and they're just so far away. I don't buy any of that. I don't know how high up everything is, but it's not that high. It's way closer than what we've been told, but I can't really prove it. It's
right.
about the best I can give you on that.
So from the Michigan side of the lake, you can see the Chicago skyline. And I think I think if I remember correctly, it's something like 60 miles. I could be off there, but
There's been several different, anywhere from 45 to 58 miles, all kind of different ranges that people are giving and have attempted and tried and everything. Yes.
and that alone doesn't calculate given the mathematical equation for a globe, which is interesting.
It destroys the globe.
Right.
Destroys
So
it.
with a telescope, let's say, if you could stretch further than that, and I saw someone in chat said 300 miles. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but
I don't know if it's possible.
I
Well,
mean,
it might be. I don't know.
I would love to know who has done that. It seems like that alone would shatter some ideas, right?
Well, they're the longest picture I think ever taken with a camera, not even a telescope, is wasn't it like 275 miles or something like that? I'm not sure, but then another person claims they got one at 700 miles. I've heard claims of 400 miles, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have to verify it myself, I guess, and I haven't really verified it. So I'm just throwing things out that I've read and seen other people talk about.
Right, but when you referred back to looking at the moon, I don't believe the moon is anywhere near that far away. I think it's a whole lot closer than that.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do too.
That's why when you hear these people come up, I've had some, maybe one today and one last time I was on here. He says, well, I can look up and see the moon, so I should be able to see China. And I'm like, you can't see forever. He's like, well, the moon, is 238,000 miles away and I can see it. So I should be able to see China. It's only 6,000 miles. Number one, the moon is probably only a few hundred miles away and it's big and it's above your head and it's lit up, where you're trying to look across the earth through smog and rain and fog and atmosphere and heat waves and everything else. And so you're only going to be able to see a few hundred miles maximum, I'm sure, before it just distorts.
Doesn't the Bible also tell us that the sun and the moon is inside
the firmament? That's what it says.
Yes, it tells us that.
So I believe that, yes. So that's what.
So
it's also the limits. It's also the limits of our vision. Mm-hmm. Our human eyesight can only see so far, and it's different for different people. We're not like Superman, right? We can't see that far. Now, theoretically speaking, yes, the answer would be yeah. If it were possible for our eyes to focus in through the medium, yeah, you would think we could see that far. Because if the Earth is a flat topographical plane, especially over water at rest seeks its level, right? Yeah, theoretically it should be possible, but it's physically not possible. We physically can't do it, and we don't have the instruments on Earth that I'm aware of where someone can go grab one. I know one telescope is about $30,000. Is about the best that I can think that's out there. There might be something else, but they can't even see that far, with it. You're looking through it and trying to get pictures with it,
So how does someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson or someone like that, Bill Nye, how are these guys exactly explaining that outside of, I hear illusion, like it's a visual illusion is what's tossed around, but how do they exactly explain the Chicago skyline? Or someone said in chat 304 miles.
They'll say it's refraction. And it's light. If you know what refraction is, and that's all they're going to say, But let me tell you something. There was a gentleman by the name of Rob Skiba, passed away a couple years ago, and he was a filmmaker and a Christian man, by the way. And he chartered a boat, okay, and went all the way to the I think he was started at about 8 miles out, or maybe he was a little bit closer to the Chicago skyline, set up his camera, set up his video and everything, and started filming and recording. And he chartered the boat to slowly start going backwards, and he kept his camera on the entire time filming. After 45 miles of constantly watching it, he never once saw anything happen that would say refraction ever. And it was devastating. Nobody wants to bring that one up. I don't know, but you probably could still find that on YouTube, even though he's passed away, because he was challenging it. He wanted to see, was this really happening? And that blew him away. I think that was one of the things that either made him a flat earther or solidified his interest in the flat earth. And he became a big speaker in all kind of flat earth conferences. And then he unfortunately passed away a couple years ago but that's something that I would encourage you. Wait, did the dude leave? Where's he at?
Yeah, I guess he dropped off. He just dropped off all of a sudden.
Okay, well, anyway, anybody that heard that, go check out Rob Skiba, because he literally did that. And man, how can you possibly get around that?
Right.
He's chartered a boat and put a film on there and filmed the whole darn thing the whole time. Yep. 45 miles, and he real slow. You know, guys, you're not supposed to see that Chicago skyline. You're not supposed to see it. It should be covered. It should be below the curve of the earth. But I don't know how many times people keep debating it over and over and over. But anyway, I'm sorry. I had to get that. I had to tell people that.
Yeah, we brought John up here. John, are you a
flat
Bible
earther
believer?
Oh, for sure, 100%, brother.
Okay.
And I know Tron, hi Tron, and you, Dr. Flat. I've been on your live before. We talked.
Yeah, I recognize you.
Yeah, yeah. And Rob Skiba, he was such a great man, and God bless his soul and rest in peace. He not only, I mean, he did biblical too. I mean, he even had his own renditions with the 4 pillars and the 4 corners, and with a dome, and how he if you look up his videos, he just not only did these things with the skyline and proved this other stuff. He spoke about how he came to it, but he spoke Bible and he spoke flat earth. I mean, he was a great man. He really was.
Yeah, I went
Hey,
to
Matt
his
Carver. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
his son, his son, Jeremiah. His son, Jeremiah Skiba, put on a thing in Dallas, Texas last year called TruthCon. And he has one this year too I think it's in November. And so last year, Flat Earth Dave went to it, and Witsit Gets It, and a whole bunch of people went to it. And there's quite a few people going to be there this year in Dallas. And so his son, Jeremiah Skiba, puts it on, and he talks all about Rob and plays stuff, about him and his mom. So it's pretty interesting. Anyway.
Wow, that's Texas, huh?
Yeah, in Dallas, Texas. It's called TruthCon.com, and that's his son, Jeremiah Skiba, that puts it on.
And I hope he's just like his father, because train your child in the way to go. If they go wayward, they'll go back to those teachings.
He seems to be.
Yeah. But if he does the conferences and the these things that his dad did in front of a mic in front of people.
Oh, he does.
I mean, I hope he just follows in his footsteps, man. That's great.
Yeah, he's also on YouTube. He has what's called Skiba News Network. And so they have a big podcast they do with multiple people that's on YouTube called Skiba News Network. So, yeah, in fact, I'm going to the TruthCon this year in Dallas. I'm going to set up as a vendor down there. So I'll be there.
I hope you hold it. I hope you hold it live. I really hope you do a live thing over there. I'm going to be on that one.
May try to do that.
I have a question.
For sure, do it live.
And I asked Tron this one time before, and he didn't know the answer, and I didn't know the answer. If the Earth, they claim gravity holds all the water on, correct? That's what they claim. Right. Then why do waterfalls go down?
Why does what go down?
Why do waterfalls go down?
Oh, yeah, like off
riddle me that.
Yeah,
you mean it can hold the ocean back, but it can't hold a little waterfall?
Right. Well,
that's a good question, is it not?
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of that. Moon causes tides, and its gravity so strong it sucks the water up. But it doesn't do it in pools, lakes, your coffee cup. Nothing.
There you go.
It can't. I mean, it can't lift the tea up out of your cup while you're on an ocean liner. But it lifted the ocean up with the ocean liner on it. But the tea in your cup never changes. It's just not quite that powerful, or it's very selective. It's
exactly. Let me say something real quick. I haven't speaking like you guys, but you just said exactly what I ask every Glober on every Flat Earth Live that I go on. And no one's ever asked this on these other ones. I plead to them, please ask them this thing. If I'm not on here, ask them this simple question: is gravity selective? And
it must be.
I've been on these lives, and then when Globey says no, and I said, "Is there a little G, big G?" And they're like, it's like, well, is gravity stronger in some places around your globe, or and light, or not strong on some other places?" But I asked them, "Is it selective?" They say, "No, it's not selective." I said, "Then okay, then if we have 70% of water spinning on a ball going 1,000 miles an hour, and then doing two other mental gymnastic numbers." Going around the sun and then through infinite outer space. Okay, so if gravity's holding your car to the ground, you and your daughter and your son, your family walking through the park, your car's not floating in outer space. Okay, that's gravity holding you down, right? It's that intense because if it's holding water down that tight, where I mean, it should be like so saline too. The water that these big blue whales, these that jump out of the water. How are they doing that? If they're keeping that water down, it should be so saline. With the dolphins shouldn't swim that fast, or any whale should breach the water. But yet they do that. But then I say, okay, so if it's selective, if it's not selective, then why do we see a hummingbird, butterflies, bumblebees, a glider, a helicopter, anything, or a hot air balloon with people in a basket that has weight and mass? It's letting that shit up. It's really letting that up, but it's keeping everything down. So it's got to be selective, and they have no answer for it. Well,
There's
they do.
one simple
But it's ridiculous. What
animal that can determine and bust gravity all out together, and that's birds with wings.
Yeah, eagles could soar. I forgot to say that. Eagles can soar. Seagulls, birds, like I said, like a hummingbird. Anything. Why is it letting things up, and why it's just ridiculous? Gravity's got to be selective.
Right.
And you bring up that a helicopter can just hover and then wait for its destination. Everybody's always questioned them and said that. But then the atmosphere, our weather moves with the rotation of the Earth. That's why we don't experience that. They say that, yeah, and that bum guard thing. And I mean, they come up with some ridiculous crap. And well, one thing I want to say, when you guys were talking about, like the airplanes, like there's VFR and there's IFR, like visual flight rules and instrument flight rules. You got to think about that. It's like, okay, VFR it's okay, but and you can see the horizon, but you really have to understand how the gyroscope and the attitude indicator, it's the most important instrument in any airplane. If any electronics fails, that's the thing you're going to go on. You're going to look at that brown on the bottom and the blue. That's going to save your ass. If you know what I'm saying, or you're in the cloud. Yes, you have to be instrument rated and know what you're doing when it comes to flight and flying this airplane that doesn't dip every 8 inches per mile squared.
Yeah, I agree.
Another thing too, curvature. The curvature. Now they say that the Earth is spinning. How fast is it? 1,000 miles an hour.
That's what they say.
In the center.
Yeah, at the equator, 1,000 and something.
At the equator.
Yeah.
Well, how come when I take off in an airplane, if the Earth's spinning 1,000 miles an hour, how come in just a couple of minutes I ain't 1,000 miles away?
Right. Well, they claim that the atmosphere is moving with it during. They claim that over millions of years the atmosphere clung onto it and it's moving at the same time. I'm serious.
Yeah, they claim too much. They claim to know too much, and
but the thing here's the thing is they want their cake and they want to eat it too, because what they do is they claim that the air is moving with the Earth. That way,
I just said that. Yep.
Yeah, but then they claim that artillery or something that was launched from a cannon. We better not say any other thing than that. They claim that Coriolis affects it and they have to adjust for it. Well, if it's in the same air that's moving at the same speed, you wouldn't have to adjust for anything. So see, they want Coriolis, but at the same time, they want the it's just ridiculous. Everything is contradictive.
Well, people like, and I'm going to say us in the group here, and there's a lot more of us out there. We believe what we want to believe. We don't listen to what they want us to believe. We go by knowledge. We go by common sense. We go by what we should, not by what they say.
Sure.
And they don't like that.
Hey, Tron, are you still there?
Yeah, man. I'm here.
Yeah, Foxtail Ranch. He said he's got some more. He wanted to talk to you, I guess, again. You want to bring him up?
Dude, it's your deal. It's your life, man.
When you were talking to him, he was
What were we talking about?
I can't remember. You were explaining something to him, and he dropped off all of a sudden.
Oh, he went to Google something. Dude, it's up to you. It's your live. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, we'll bring him up. Hey, yeah, we'll bring him up real quick. Hey, Foxtail, what you wanted to say something?
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Tron, we were talking about telescopes and the number of miles. And
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I think it's fascinating, and there's not a good answer, from anyone who believes in a globe. There's just not a good answer to it. But I want to give you a scenario and have the two of you discuss it, and I'll just give that to you and then drop off and listen. Is that cool?
Yeah, spit it out. I want to hear it.
So yeah, sure.
Okay, so there are 20 people, and they all have money. They've collectively put together about $30 million, and they want to go on an adventure beyond what is on the maps that are in our public schools. Okay, they have the equipment and the money to do it. Could they?
No.
Is it possible?
No.
And what would happen?
I'll tell you what would happen. Number one, you're not allowed to go. It's already been tried. There is video evidence right now that you can find where people have taken small watercraft, tried to head like from New Zealand or Australia towards, the south to head towards the ice wall. They don't get anywhere near anything. They are met with military ships telling them to turn around and go back.
Correct.
Now, why are they doing so? This is a fact. Can't do it. We're not allowed to go. Otherwise, people would have already done it right now. I don't care how much money that people come up with, and then I've heard it can't be done. They will not allow it. I personally would like to see if it would be possible. We don't even have to go past the ice wall. I'd like to see us be able to get a ship to the ice wall and then just start sending it in either direction and just track. And then, from going around the whole ice wall, it's been done by, I think it was Captain Cook. Let's verify it for ourselves. We can't even do that. We are forbidden to even do that.
Yeah,
so all they,
Yeah, you can't get to the ice wall because if you look at the Gleason map, for example, the ice wall is hundreds of miles beyond the 60th parallel. And it says right in the treaty, you're not allowed to pass the 60th parallel.
We're not allowed.
So
we can't even get there.
Even
I don't
if
know how
you
they're going
got
to do it.
to that parallel, you're hundreds and hundreds of miles away from even seeing the ice wall.
Well,
So
that's what they claim, but let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever sat and looked at pictures of the wall? It's way up. We know it's way up.
Sure.
Okay. How are penguins jumping off of that thing?
Who says who?
How are they getting back on it? That's true. They've got pictures of penguins jumping off of the wall.
I don't know how,
But
you
yet-
couldn't get back up to things like 2,000 feet in some areas.
But they're doing it somehow.
I don't know.
Whether they're going
I don't
under
know.
the water and going back up, or
I don't know. I don't even know if brother, I would question any of it. I don't believe any of it.
Well, that,
Right.
Yeah, that
But
sounds to me
I
like a
want-
lie. So they can say, "See these penguins? You can't go over there. You're going to disturb them."
Yeah.
Right.
And it's
That's
like
what I was thinking.
it's like
too.
you're looking 200 feet down at like the shallow place, and it's like you mean to tell me
Exactly.
they're jumping off of that? Like you're saying they would never be able to get back. Once
Right.
they,
That's
But
what
you-
once they're
if
off,
you
they're
would think,
off.
you would think if we can go to Mount Everest, which is no simple thing, and as long as you got money and you can get some gear and you have the guts to go do it and listen to what they're telling you, they'll let you climb the dang thing. But you got to do what they say. You got it. People think you could just go there. No, it's a long process
Right.
before you can even get in position. It takes a long time before you can ever crest or try to get to the top if you can make it. And but they'll let us do that with taking no caution about life or limb. It doesn't matter. You can just go do it.
And if you end up being unalived up there, they leave your butt up there too.
You're just going to be sitting
You're
up there.
stuck up there frozen.
People are going to be looking at you as you're going by. 'Cause I've watched video of people climbing and they're looking at the bodies are still there.
Yeah, the bodies
it's
are just
sad,
sitting
but
there.
say, hey,
They
what's
can't
up,
get to 'em.
Bob? I'll see you next year.
Yeah, see ya.
But you would think, what's the big deal about getting a ship or a yacht or something big that can be chartered and just going to the wall and just start going in one direction and just start mapping it and seeing
Yeah.
how far it is? What's the big deal? And why are we not allowed to do it? That to me speaks volumes that
That
they're
tells me
hiding
they're
something
hiding
from us.
something.
They're hiding,
Something
man.
is being hidden.
Dang right.
Can I
Something's
chime
being
in?
hidden.
Yeah, can I chime in real quick? I didn't want to interrupt all you guys.
Yeah.
So so I seen these videos where these guys had a plane, they were renting it, or if it was their own, and they said, "Listen, we're going to be going to Antarctica. We're going to be doing this ice wall thing and seeing how far we can get." And they were met up with I think it was an F-16, and not an F-18. I think it was an F-16, and so that's the thing. No matter how you try to do it, land, sea, or air, well, you can do with land. You cannot do and get to the Antarctic Circle by land. It
Right.
has to be through a boat or air travel. But these guys, they were putting that video on YouTube, and I was like seeing if it's true or whatnot, and if this is a hoax or whatnot. But any way you try to go out there with your own money, let's say the biggest millionaire person in the world that has all the money, and you rented the biggest ship, or you had your own ship, and you try to go out there and try to do your own thing, you're going to be stopped one way or another by military, or they're not going to let you do it. Now, what happened to freedom of travel and freedom in America to be your own explorer? We had explorers that can go here and do this, and this, and that. When did that stop? That we cannot do that on the 2026 to do what they did back in 1776 or the 1800s, 1600s, where okay, free exploration, where we can just have the freedom to go and just go and do our thing. And why does it stop over there? You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's
I know
like
what you mean.
we understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
don't,
understand the truth.
don't know.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know, and you got to understand some of those guys that supposedly did it, like Cook and others. You know, a lot of those guys were military guys that were being funded, and you know, you have to take everything they say with, you know, they're going to be whoever's funding them, whatever they want them to say is what they're going to say. You have to
So take it with a grain of salt, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it is. I mean, if the government came to you and said, "Hey, John, we're going to pay you $100 million, and this is what we want you to find. Now, if you don't find this out, you're not getting paid a cent, and you're unscrupulous and you want the money, you'll forge the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll come up with the answer they want, so you can collect the money. That's what I
Right.
believe.
Ah.
That's what it is. But yeah, they're
Money
not
talks.
going to allow anybody to just go down there. Hey, John, do you mind if I drop you down? I'm going to pull up somebody else here real quick that's been waiting for a while, Big Phil, and then I'm going to wrap it up after that.
That's fine.
Thanks
That's
for coming
fine,
up.
brother. Go ahead.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
thanks
up.
for having me up, guys.
All right.
Everybody in the panel, good night.
Have a good one, bro.
We'll see you
Have a
later.
good one,
Take it
John.
easy. Take it easy.
I'm going to pull one more guy up here that's been up here for a while if he's still there. And then I'll probably cut her out here in a little bit. It's Big Phil if he's there. He may not be there anymore.
I don't know.
He may not be there anymore. He's not coming up. He's, you know how they do that when sometimes they're right there.
It's
but
buffering. Yeah, that means they're not. If it buffers, they got a bad signal.
Yep.
You just like the little twirly thing that's happening.
I'll disconnect and we'll do one more and then I'm gonna get.
Why
out of
are they lying? Joe asked why they are lying. Well, we can't answer that.
here. Right.
They like to lie.
Something like that. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Are you a Bible believer?
No,
Are you flat earther?
no.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest about it.
It says it right there on his picture. I'm not flat.
Oh, I can't hardly see
It
that.
does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not flat either. I'm Go ahead. Do you have any questions, comments?
Yeah, so if the Earth's flat, why would things fall?
Why can't things fall on a flat Earth?
Just wait.
There's no force pulling them down.
Just
Who
wait.
says there's nothing pulling it down?
Science.
Wait, you don't believe in gravity?
Of course, I believe in gravity, but gravity doesn't work on a flat Earth. It only works
How
on
do you
a
know? How do you know it doesn't work on a flat Earth?
Because it's omnidirectional.
How do you know?
What do you mean, how do I know?
Who told you that?
Science.
Science.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me ask you this: prove gravity exists. Period. You know, gravity's never been isolated as a independent variable in any experiment that I've ever seen in all my life. Have
Are
they
you
done one
deflecting,
yet?
Tron?
Did they do one yesterday?
Why are you deflecting, Tron?
I'm asking you a simple question. You're saying that something exists that doesn't exist without no proof. You're invoking something that's true and trying to use it as a point of view, but you can't. You got to prove it exists first.
All right, so imagine you're not deflecting, right? And gravity didn't exist.
Okay,
What
let's
would be
try
the
this.
reason things fell?
Weight and density.
Okay, what's weight?
Let me ask you a question.
No, why are you deflecting?
Why prove your globe?
Why are you
Why are
answering
you
a question with
why
a
are you
question?
deflecting?
What's
Prove your
weight?
globe. Why are you deflecting? Prove your globe. Do you think the Earth
I'm
orbits the sun?
deflecting.
Do you think the Earth orbits the sun? Yes or no?
What's weight?
Do you think the Earth orbits the sun?
Come on, Tron.
Do you think the Earth orbits the sun? It's a slam dunk question.
You've been doing this for 18
Debunk
years,
me.
you say, and you can't tell me
Debunk
why
me.
things fall?
Hey, you know what? Gravity doesn't prove the shape of anything.
What's weight, Tron? Come on, tell me.
Yeah.
It doesn't prove the shape of anything. Prove that gravity proves the shape of something.
It's omnidirectional, Tron. That's how it proves it. It would, if
Well,
the
they
Earth
show
was
us the
flat,
evidence.
it'd
Show
crush
us
it
the
into a
evidence.
ball.
Show us evidence. Put him in the big
Tron,
screen.
you
Put
already.
him in the air. We're going to give you the
Tron,
big
you can't
screen right
deflect.
now
Come
since
on,
he knows
bud.
so much. You're going to go in the big
Tron, why are you
screen something.
deflecting?
I'm not deflecting.
Yeah, I asked you
Young-
what weight was, and you started
Young-
asking me
hey,
about gravity. What's
how
weight?
old are you? How old are you? Something. How old
I'm
are you?
19, but what's weight?
Oh, you're too young to be up here.
How so?
Well, we prefer to talk to people 21 and
Listen,
over.
something like what you're
21 and over,
referring
young
to,
man. He was
what he
crapping
wants
his
you to
diapers
say.
while I was studying this. Hold on, Cohen. He was
But
crapping
Tron,
his
what's
diapers when
weight?
Hey, what's gravity?
What's weight, Tron? This has already
What's-
been the question.
What's
Why can't you
gravity?
answer it,
What's
Tron?
gravity? What's gravity?
Tron, why can't you answer what weight is?
Why don't you answer what gravity is?
Because I asked my question first. That's why.
But you're not prove your globe. Well, prove your globe.
Well, I've got a question.
Things falling.
I've got a
Prove
question.
your globe. Prove your globe, young
How do you
man.
think things are weighed if there's no such thing as weight? Do you not
I'm
believe
asking what
things
weight is.
weigh?
I believe
something?
in weight, but I believe weight has a cause.
You mean?
Well,
you
how
mean
does it make the
something
Earth a globe?
Causing it?
How does it make the Earth? But how does it make
Yeah,
the Earth a
that's right.
globe?
Tron, what's weight?
Something. What? Prove your globe.
Well, I can
Prove
just
8
disprove
inches.
a
Prove
flat
8
Earth.
inches. Prove 8 inches per mile squared is true. Prove it.
Tron, this is like a really big deflection.
Okay, it isn't. I've asked you
This
to
is
prove
an
gravity. You can't.
outrageous pivot.
I've asked you to prove gravity. You can't. It's outrageous that a young man that was crapping his diapers when I started in on this thinks he knows more than me. Now I'm showing this 110 people in the chat that a 19-year-old does not know more than this old man.
I
Now,
think
when
I
you were
do,
crapping your diapers,
unfortunately.
would you like to know what I learned while you were crapping your diapers, young
So,
man?
Tron, imagine gravity's
So,
fake.
so
and I want you
imagine
to teach
the
me why
Earth.
things fall.
Imagine
How would you
the
teach
Earth
me
was.
the reason things
Let me ask
fall?
you this: prove that the Earth is. Prove that the universe is expanding.
Tron, how would you teach me the reason things
Okay,
fall?
prove that the Earth is orbiting the sun.
Is this a hard question for you, Tron?
Okay, I'll prove to you that the Earth is not orbiting the sun. Have you heard of George Aries?
Tron, is this
Here.
hard for you?
Have you heard of
Keep
Albert
going, dude.
Einstein? Have you heard of Albert Einstein?
Tron, let's wait.
Have you heard of Albert Michelson?
I don't want you to deflect,
Have
Tron.
you heard of
Let's wait.
interferometry? Do you
Why
know
do
what
you wanna
the
deflect so
science
bad?
of water is? You know water at rest seeks its level. You know about
Why do you want
science.
to deflect so bad?
Prove gravity.
Why do you want to deflect from what weight is?
Prove weight.
Prove weight. Really?
Prove you're a 19.
Why do you want to debate like me? Why do you want to deflect from this, Tron? This is like
No, leave him up here, brother. Leave him up here. Leave him up here.
Okay.
This is embarrassing to him, and it's going to build your
To me?
chat. Prove gravity exists.
Tron. Why are you trying to deflect
Have you ever?
so bad,
do you
dude?
know that? Do you know the fact? Do you know that science has never been able to isolate gravity as an independent variable? Why is that?
What's big G, Tron?
What's little g?
What's big G, Tron?
What's little g?
It's an average.
Okay, prove it.
Tron, I'm not trying to get you to deflect, dude. I want you to tell
Hey,
me what
hey,
weight is.
dude, check it out. Prove your Earth orbits the sun. That should
Tron,
be a slam dunk.
this is not good, dude.
It's not a good look for you because you're getting your butt
me?
kicked. You're just too stupid. Hey, let me ask you this: prove that the Earth is curving at 8 inches per mile squared. Do you know
Tron,
what
so
that means?
when I came up here, I asked
So
why
when you came
things
up here,
fell.
you
You
came up
said
here. You came up
and
here.
now I'm
Listen,
asking you
weight
what weight is,
weight doesn't
and you
prove
won't
the
tell
shape.
me what weight is.
But gravity doesn't prove the shape of the Earth. Prove your globe
You won't tell me what weight is. Why is that?
because it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove the shape.
But weight has
Now
a
prove your
cause
globe.
for
Prove the
something.
globe. Prove the globe is spinning at 1,000
Tron.
miles per hour and simultaneously being hurled around a
Tron.
gigantic sun at 18 miles per second. Prove it,
What
young
is
man.
weight, Tron?
Hey, guess what? Here's what we're gonna do with you. You're out of here, buddy.
If
What's weight, Tron?
scientists are, and I'm gonna say it, and I'll tell you something. You want Tron to say that because of what the scientists say it is. Because scientists say that it is the force of gravity acting on an object. But here's the real fact. Scientists are indifferent on that part. Some are saying there's no gravity, some saying there is gravity.
That's
so
right.
how
Which
can you use it as a definition of what you're trying to get Tron to say, which you don't know what you're trying to get
He
him to
doesn't
say?
even know. Which gravity are you talking about anyway? Newton's gravity or Einstein's gravity
Exactly.
or today's gravity?
Tron, I don't like deflection. Why are you deflecting?
I'm
Hey,
not
young man,
deflecting.
here's what we're gonna do. Prove your globe.
Tron, we've been on this point for 4
Prove
minutes.
prove
And you
that.
can't tell me what weight is.
I'll stay here. I bet I can out-talk you. Prove 8 inches per
Okay.
mile squared is true.
Why do things fall, Tron?
Prove that 8 inches per mile squared is true.
Tron,
Prove that the Earth orbits the sun. You believe that, right?
we've been on the same question for 4 minutes. You can't answer
Prove
it.
that prove that gravity exists.
This isn't good, Tron.
I know this isn't good for you. Now we got 111 people
For me?
listening to this buffoon. Oh, 8 inches per mile squared. Do you know what that is? Can you prove it?
Tron, I'm
Can
not
you
claiming
prove that
8
the
inches
Earth
per mile
moves? Can you
squared.
prove that the Earth prove
Hey,
that
Tron, so
prove that
imagine I
Einstein-
believe
prove,
the Earth
prove
was flat,
relativity.
right?
Do you know when
Imagine-
relativity was?
Hey,
Prove
Tron,
it. Prove it.
so-
Do you know
hey,
what? Do
Tron,
you know?
calm down.
Prove it.
Deep breaths.
Prove Einstein's
All right, let's do a
relativity.
breathing exercise together.
Can
In.
you prove Einstein's theory of special relativity from 1905?
Hold
You
for 4
understand it.
seconds.
Have you read
And
it?
out.
Can you prove that the Earth orbits the sun? Can you prove that
Okay,
water
Tron.
doesn't go at rest? Prove that water doesn't
Deep
go
breaths,
level when it's.
Tron.
Prove that water when it's at rest doesn't go level.
What's a water meniscus?
Can you prove that water at rest goes level?
Water can
I
form
can do
six
it.
forces.
What makes water go level?
Gravity.
Okay, so so you're saying that gravity makes water go level?
Yeah, water
Well,
and
thank you.
water.
You just used gravity to prove that the Earth is flat. Welcome to flat Earth, you dummy.
How did that happen?
You just said gravity makes water go level.
Yeah, in an ocean.
So water's level. You admitted that water's level. Welcome to flat Earth,
Level's
you idiot.
perpendicular to the center of gravity.
No,
Sorry.
what is level? Do you think level means bent and curved? Or do you think level means level?
Level means perpendicular to the center of gravity. That's what I
Okay,
think
so
level means.
you're saying that gravity makes water go level. Is that what you said? Say it again for the chat.
Water's not always level, but
Oh,
yeah,
now you're
it
changing
does.
your mind. So you're saying, wait. First you said that gravity
Oh yeah, no, it's
makes
okay.
water
Yeah,
go
yeah,
level.
water-
Now you're
yeah,
saying
gravity
it
does.
doesn't go level because I just kicked
Well,
your butt. Wait,
what I
no,
said-
we're
why
not
are
going
you
to
not
leave
gonna
this.
let me talk?
Are you going to concede
what
that
I
you just
said
no?
was
What you
water
said was
conforms to
this. You
its
said that
forces.
no, young man, it's recorded. I'll give you a chance to recant. Are you saying that gravity doesn't make water go level now?
What's a water meniscus?
You said water. Everybody in the chat, type F1 in the chat if you heard this guy say that gravity makes water go level, and then he turns right around and says it doesn't always go level. Type F1 in the chat if he said it.
Well, no,
If
I
you heard
actually
him say
started
it.
off with saying
Watch
it
this.
doesn't always
Watch the
go level.
F1 start showing up. We're getting a bunch
Yeah.
of F1s. So
Awesome.
something like that. Aren't
Well,
you going to? Are you willing to concede that you were mistaken and misspoke? I'll give you that.
What's a water meniscus?
Are you going to say that you misspoke?
What's a water meniscus?
Are you going to say that you misspoke?
No, because a water meniscus is
Then you're a liar. You're a genuine liar. You lying? Do you deny science? Are you a science
What's a water
denier?
meniscus?
Prove Earth is in motion.
What's a water? Why
Prove
don't you
Earth is in
answer
motion.
it?
Keep talking. Prove Earth. This gentleman just said that gravity makes water go level, and then he said it doesn't. You're
So I
crashing and
actually
melting.
started off with saying
You're
a water
crashing and
meniscus
melting.
isn't flat.
You do not know more of it. You're crashing and melting. Prove the Earth orbits the sun.
What's
Can
a
you prove
water
the Earth?
meniscus,
Prove the
Tron?
Earth is in motion. Do you believe Albert Einstein
You
was
can't
correct,
answer
or was
that.
he
Can
wrong?
we go back to what weight is?
Do you know who George Airy is? He's for Airy's
weight,
failure.
Tron.
Are you familiar with Airy's failure? Are you familiar with Albert
Come on,
Michelson's
Tron. What's
1881
weight?
experiment using interferometry? I'll explain it to
What's
you.
weight, Tron?
Albert Einstein knew full well who Albert
What's
Michelson
weight,
was.
Tron?
Do you know what interferometry is?
Tron, what's weight?
Okay,
We can go
here's
back
what
to
I'll
what weight
explain it
is.
to you since you're too stupid. Albert Michelson proved inadvertently that the Earth wasn't in motion by using interferometry because he built an interferometer and won a Nobel Prize for it. Do you know what that is?
How many papers of Nicholson's
You're too
are
stupid.
titled
Now listen
with,
to me. I'll explain it
with
to you.
the
Here's how it
motion of
works.
Earth?
The interferometer was capable of measuring, according to all the scientific evidence at the time, that interferometer could measure the speeds of the Earth as low as 2 miles per second. Guess what they found after 4 months of measuring?
Well, what I found was this was an
They
amazing
found
pivot.
zero. They found zero Earth motion at 0 miles per hour. Why did that
This is an
happen?
amazing pivot, Tron.
It's awesome. It's all no, no. I'm teaching you and the chat how dumb you are.
Tron, exactly
can I say
7
something?
minutes
So let's
ago,
go.
I
Let's
asked
go
you
over it
what
again.
weight
Are
is,
you
and
familiar
haven't
with
found an
Albert
answer.
Einstein's theory of special relativity and what he said motivated him to come up with it? Are you familiar with that, young man?
Tron, so I asked you 7 minutes
Okay,
ago.
you're pretty stupid. Let's
what
keep
weight
going on. Let me
was.
see what else
Why
do you
haven't
not
we
know.
figured it out
Let me.
yet?
Are you familiar with the Lorentz and Fitzgerald-Lorentz contraction? Do you understand that?
Are you familiar with what weight is? I am.
Okay, here it is. Here, the Fitzgerald-Lorentz contraction was what Einstein invoked, as well as the Michelson's experiments in 1881, 1887, proving the Earth wasn't moving according to Einstein and all that he said that's what he used to come up with his theory of special relativity. Do you understand any of that? Did you read anything about it? How many papers have you read by Albert Michelson? I bet I read more than you.
What I read was things have weight and weight has a cost.
Okay, so how does that got to do with Michelson? Explain how Albert Michelson, has anything to do with that.
John, we talked about this 8 minutes ago now. I asked you what
Well,
weight
here's the
was,
thing.
and you
Here,
haven't
we're
answered.
gonna keep talking about this. We now have 110, and you're only up here because the host lets you up here to make a fool out of yourself. That's the
Yeah,
only
I'm
reason
fooling
why you're
myself
staying,
right
son. The only reason why you're here now. I'll try it again. Prove gravity exists.
Things falling. So
Okay, well, but how do you
let's
know it's
wait now.
gravity? How do you know it's gravity?
There's
Now
no
you have to prove. Now
explanation for why
you
things
prove
fall.
the cause. Now prove that the cause is gravity.
What's
Did you know
weight,
that?
Tron?
Are you aware that gravity has never been isolated as an independent variable in any experiment? How can you not know this?
What do you take big G to be then? If it's
We'll
never
try
been
this again. Are
isolated?
you aware that gravity has never been isolated as an independent variable in any scientific experiment ever? Are you aware of this?
Yes. So what's big G?
Okay, we'll try it again. Therefore, gravity doesn't exist, since you just admitted it. Are you willing to concede that gravity's not been proven now because you just said that and agreed with me that gravity's never been isolated as an independent variable in any experiment ever? So you agree with it, right? Therefore, there's no gravity. Let's move on, young man. Prove your Earth moves. Prove the Earth orbits the sun.
You're just putting words in my mouth. That's what
Tron,
big
may
G
I
is,
say
is what
something
answer.
about? I want to comment on something he said, Tron. I'm
He's
gonna see how
gone.
smart. I'm gonna
He
see how smart
left.
is.
He left.
Yeah, he asked what a water meniscus is. I don't
He's
think
an
he
idiot.
knows because
He doesn't
it's
even
the
know.
curved surface of water inside a container or two, which means we're in a dome.
Right. I would have
So
dumped
welcome
him.
to flat Earth again.
I would have dropped him myself. I couldn't find the drop thing the way it's set up. I was going to drop him early on as a troll,
You know,
but I can't. I wasn't able to do it.
they
Am I
have
right? Though he's
meniscus.
going to ask about the water meniscus, which is the surface. It's the curved surface of water in a container or two.
We have to
Right,
be able
but-
to mute people like that too. I
Welcome
couldn't
to
find
Flat
the
Earth.
mute button. I was trying to go here and find the mute button for that guy. I couldn't do it. But sometimes you just got to stop them from talking because they do what they. But if everybody in the chat heard, you have a 19-year-old kid, knows nothing about science, did not know who George Airy was, did not know who Albert Michelson was, could not explain or even have a clue about Einstein's theory of special relativity. He knew none of it. He didn't know the science of water. He knew nothing. He didn't even know that gravity's never been proven, and he couldn't prove it, yet he invoked gravity to make water go level. How dumb can you get? He was admitting a flat Earth. Because
The
if
whole
water
time.
goes level, then why is it curving on a stupid globe when it's supposed to be level? This is what happens when you get these young kids. They can't think it through, and they need to be made fools of. Hopefully he'll be smarter next time.
Well, I told him what he wanted to know about gravity. Did I not? He
didn't want to know
He
anything.
wanted you to define it. Did I
And
not?
he was just he needed to have that happen to him right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
He dropped. Nobody dropped him. He left because he realized he was getting deep. We broke through his little armor, and he was admitting things, and he realized he had to get out of there fast.
and I don't think he really understood what he was asking because he didn't know the answers to it.
Right.
That's what I was trying to say. He didn't know the basics of anything.
No.
This is why I don't let him up. I don't let anybody under 21 up. I refuse to do it because they do that right there.
Oh, you did one
every
time,
single
remember?
time.
And that young man left for about 5 minutes and come back. You remember that, Tron, on your show? And me and you were on there, and he left for like 5 minutes and went and looked it up on Google and come back and thought he knew the world about it.
Right. Well,
Hey, I
whenever
didn't.
that meniscus he's talking about has to do with like water or liquid in like a test tube, like
I
a little
know, it's
round
dead.
thing, and you'll
Yes.
have like it looks like the line goes up on the edge or it looks like it
Yes.
goes down. That's not like that happens in a swimming pool or anything. That's
No.
only like in a test tube, and it has an appearance, a meniscus line, so you have to look and see what your level is. But that, again, that
It goes toward the glass, and it goes up
Yeah.
toward the glass because it can go nowhere else.
right. So it doesn't. It's Hey, Tron, and I'm going to get off here in just a minute, but there's a guy named here that says, "Could I please hijack your live for 20 seconds to introduce myself to Tron?"
Dude, it's your live, brother. I don't care.
Well, I'll invite
Probably
him
the
up.
same guy. Might be the same guy. Be careful.
I don't know. It looks like it's got a whole different.
I don't know. Some of these guys got like 8 accounts and they troll around, you know.
Well, he's up there.
Yeah,
His
I don't
name
care.
is-
I'll talk
No.
to him. He wants to come up. I don't care who he is.
He said he got dropped. We didn't drop him. I
Nobody
didn't drop him. I
dropped you, young
can't.
man. Nobody dropped you, young man.
All right, here he is. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Just wanted to quickly introduce myself to Tron because I'm a fan.
Oh, how you
and,
doing, brother?
Good, thanks, mate. Yeah. One of your watchdogs has blocked me for some reason, and I was just wondering if you could let me back to watch the show, man.
I could. I mean, can I ask you a question? Do you think that you a flat earther or what?
Yes, sir.
You are a flat earther. All right. That happens sometimes. I'll unblock you. Matter of fact, here I can do it right now. Hang on just a minute. If I can, let me see if I can.
Is
Thanks,
it
mate. I appreciate
Dangadoos?
it.
Is that correct? Dangadoos?
I might be able to do it real quick. Hang
Are
on.
you from Australia by any chance?
Yes, I'm a big
Is
Angels
the
fan.
moon upside down when you look at it?
Yeah, it's the same. It's like a 6 to 9 thing. It's in a different orientation, yeah. Well, we still see the same face of the moon, but it's just flipped the image.
If that's the case, Cowan, that's just like having a number 6 on your ceiling.
Yes,
You're looking
and
at it
turn
from
it
here.
upside down.
You walk over there and it's a 9.
Right.
It's because
Yeah.
you're
Right.
further one direction than the guy is the other, and you're looking at the same
Yes.
point, so it appears to be flipped. That's all that would be.
Right.
That's nothing spectacular.
I had to ask the question because remember that was a
Oh
questioner.
yeah, that was a question. Well, the guy says that proves a globe. When all
They
that
don't
does
prove a
is
globe.
prove perspective.
Yeah. That just proves how something can look different so far away.
Who blocked you, Dangadoos? Did you just get blocked and you didn't realize you were blocked?
No, I was. You were talking to a geologist, and I was in the comments taking the piss out of him. And I think that one of the mods might have thought I was taking the piss out of you, so they just canned me. And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
I wonder if it was.
Well, hang on, brother. I'm unblocking you right now, and I'll take you at your word. Okay. Usually I trust my mods, but here you're now unblocked right now. Okay, just so you know.
Thank you. Thanks. But
And you can
in
pop
that
back in
same
live. I'll
live,
take
I
you at
also-
your word. Sometimes it happens in the heat of the moment, because if you've ever run a live before, and even if you're a mod, it's very easy to tap on the wrong name on accident. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd just reach out.
Well, you're
for that,
unblocked.
Flat Earth.
You're unblocked as of right now. You're good to go.
I appreciate it, Tron.
No
Thank
worries,
you very
bro.
much. Thanks, guys. All
We'll see
have
you
a good
later.
day. See you later. Bye.
Well, this has been a good live. It's been interesting. It's been over 2 hours, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here myself because tomorrow is Monday morning.
Yeah, we
Well,
got to get
I
it.
gave you a flat follow there, Flat Earth.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll follow you back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go after that young man that came up there, but some of these
that's all
guys, you
right.
just
Hey,
got
he had it coming to him though.
Well,
dude.
normally
He
what
had
I
it
do is I
coming to
drop
him.
them. I just block them and drop them because I don't want to have to do that. But sometimes you just have to mute them, but they'll turn right around and unmute. Or you just got to drop them. Now some guys that have been blocked up are blocked for a reason.
Yeah.
Everybody wants me to unblock you. Unblock me. Well, give me a good reason to.
Exactly.
I know who some of these people are, man.
Yep. Well, I guess I'm
we
going to go
got
ahead and I'll go ahead and jump off of here. I appreciate
Yeah,
you
dude.
guys
Thanks for
coming up.
thanks for bringing me up and hanging
We
out.
appreciate that, Miss Carla Flat Earther. She said this was an exciting live stream.
Well, I'd keep it going if I could, but I should have started
Getting
earlier,
late.
I guess.
It's getting late, man. I understand,
Getting
bro.
late. Yep. All righty. Well, what I've done is, of course, this thing records it, and I figured that out. I'm going to go ahead and download it, and I'm going to start putting these up on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, put them up there and see what
Put
happens.
them up
man.
there.
Yeah. That way people can
Oh
go
man,
back and-
check this out. I had a live earlier. I did a live earlier and had a guy come up that was literally trying. He was telling me that the IRS proves a globe.
The IRS.
Dude, he was trying to make this thing. This was his premise. He was saying that SpaceX has to file taxes on the money they're getting or something, and that he has to. Yeah, somebody in the chat says they remember, and then they were up, and he was saying that they can write off the miles or something from SpaceX and the fuel where they're going, and they can do all this and that and the other, and somehow they can show that proves the globe. I said, you had to hear it. It was funny. These guys are listening to. They must have heard it too.
That's unbelievable.
That's got to be top 5.
No, I've never
dumbest
seen
things I've ever heard in my life.
Mr. Flatcat wants to know if we've ever seen Gravity. No, I have not.
No, we've never seen Gravity, and nobody's ever seen mass shrink in their life unless you lost weight.
Right. Oh boy. All righty.
No, I don't believe gravity's as real as they think it is, because it doesn't hold all the water down, but yet it can't hold one little old waterfall. Come on.
Yep.
It doesn't choose and pick. It doesn't choose and pick.
You fixing to end it? I'll jump off. Hey, thanks for inviting me up, and
Okay.
it was fun for a minute.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll do it again.
All right, brother. We'll talk at you soon. I'll get out of here. I know you want to
All
get
right,
off.
Mr. Flat Earth, you have a good one, buddy.
You
Bye-bye.
too. See you guys later, and everybody in the
All right,
live,
man.
everybody that's listening. Thanks for coming on.
Bye,
God
guys.
bless you all. Talk to you later.